Welcome to Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX and WMIXsports.com, where you can watch or listen from any device. Rams football on WMIX Sports is powered by the official voice of Rams Athletics, Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Rams football is also sponsored in part by the Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. Red Lake College. Save thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Van Terra Bank. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Winning Edge. Schmidt Ford of Salem. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon and Salem. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. All Stars and Stitches. Central Christian Church. And People's National Bank. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski for Mount Vernon Rams football. From the Ford Square WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, the Landers Collision Center's pregame show starts now.
Hey, good evening from Everett. Glad to have you with us tonight for Mount Vernon Rams football. It's rivalry night in the South 7 Conference. Glad to be here with you on WMIX. Audio only tonight at WMIXsports.com. Video stream put to rest for 1 week. We'll have it again next week when the Rams host the Mount Carmel Golden Aces to wrap up the regular season. But tonight, a crucial game in the South 7. Mount Vernon Rams look for that fifth and crucial win to get in the postseason. Of course, we told you time and time again, playoff points not going to be a problem for Mount Vernon Rams football. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes and now details them all. Ask about premium detailing for life of your car at Landers Collision Centers in Mount Vernon and Salem. That phone number is 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Good evening. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Quentin Lloyd is back in our Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow, still the official film provider for Mount Vernon Rams football tonight. He is across the field. So we're glad to have a full house here on the WMIX Sports team. What I need to tell you about tonight, of course, we'll talk about this recent series of events between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Centralia Orphans. We'll tell you about the South 7 Conference in Week 8, the South 7 in Week 9. We'll also talk to Mount Vernon Rams head football coach Jared Shaner, all to come here on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Danny, of course, we talked about how big of a game this is, not only for the Orphans, who have been on an 0-3 tear since losing Matisse Scott in the game against Althoff in the second quarter, may or may not be back tonight as he is down on the field practicing. But for the Orphans, they've been outscored 146-20 over the past 3 weeks. For the Rams, however, it's been an up-and-down battle, those Sabres.
This is a game with the rivalry and the situation. It's the last week of conference. It's your rival. You expect the unexpected. And what I mean by that is Matisse Scott, a name that sometimes people have trouble to remember, but not Orphan fans. They like him out on the field. He came out for warm-ups, did a lot of things, didn't do a lot of things. That's the part of this rivalry, the beauty of having a rivalry game like this, because neither team knows what to expect. They know each other. They know the tendencies, but anything could get called, anything could get done in this game tonight.
We will also keep you up to date from games around the area tonight. It'll be our scoreboard updates all throughout the night. We'll also have them on Twitter. We hope you'll give us a follow at WMIX Sports. Now we need to talk with Mount Vernon Rams head football coach Jared Shaner, of course. We aired this past Saturday, I should say, Saturday Sports Show interview. Of course, you can find the Saturday Sports Show each and every week right here on AM 940 and WMIXsports.com after the 8 o'clock news. We'll talk with Jared Shaner after the break. More to come. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One Account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
I couldn't resist. Last month's Ram Truck Month was so successful, I have decided to extend the only true truck month. Hi, Roy Schmidt, Ram dealer at King City Chrysler, Mount Vernon. You remember me telling you that the deals couldn't get any better, and it can't. That's why I'm glad to extend the opportunity for 0% financing for 72 months, plus $2,000 cash back on new 2013 Ram Quad Cabs and Crew Cabs with the Bighorn, Express, or Outdoorsman packages. 2014s are arriving daily, and we are ready to deal to help close out the 2013 model year. Take advantage of these amazing incentives. Come see one of our sales associates at King City Chrysler Center at 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois, or shop us online at kingcitychrysler.com. Find us on Facebook. And don't forget our new express lane, fast oil changes and more for service without an appointment.
Your home for the Mount Vernon Rams is WMIX Sports, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back to the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Mount Vernon and Salem, 1-888 Landers. That number is 1-888 Landers. Here on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Of course, no video tonight. Audio only here from Centralia as the Rams will battle the Orphans in a matter of moments. First, we need to recap last week's game with Mount Vernon Rams head football coach Jared Shaner. Of course, it's from last week's Saturday Sports Show. You can find the Saturday Sports Show right here on AM 940, online at WMIXsports.com every single Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Of course, we spoke about last week's 45-32 loss to Cahokia. We'll talk about tonight's crucial South 7 Conference game with the Centralia Orphans, in which the Rams need win number 5 to be eligible for the postseason. Will they get it here tonight? We'll talk about the Rams' chances with Jared Shaner.
I know last night, obviously, I would be a fool to think that not disappointed with last night's end result, but I think we learned a little bit more about our conference last night, in that Cahokia, though their non-conference record was 0-3 coming in, now sit at the top of the South 7 with a 3-1 record. We learned a lot about Cahokia and that they're pretty good.
They really are. They're 3-1 in conference, and lost to Carbondale by 7. And could probably very easily be 4-0 in conference. So if they win next week, they win it. So not happy with the outcome, and disappointed with some of our play along the way. But we did lose to a pretty good football team. They've got a chance to win their last couple and be a playoff team as well. So.
The beginning of the game last night, noticed from where we were at in our position, did you feel like both teams had a very difficult time getting into the contest, or at least getting into a rhythm early in that ball game?
Yeah, I think so. It's a tough place to play. It's unique. The locker room that you use is quite a ways away from the field, and it's really not an option to go back in there. So we waited a little bit longer than we usually do to come out. Knowing that we were just going to stay out there the whole time. And we've been pretty spoiled, and we are spoiled with, a great fan support that we have, and just our atmosphere at home games. We've had 2 home games in a row, and to go from, 1,000 or 1,500 people at the game, or 2,000, and last night, I'm sure our fans outnumbered theirs. It was just a different atmosphere, and, not to make an excuse, but it was tough to get going, and you could tell it with our kids before the game. There just wasn't a lot of energy.
Last night, your team got down early, battled back, took the lead. At any point last night, early on, did you feel like the ship had been righted at that point, the way things were moving along?
You know what, I did for a little bit. I felt like our defense settled down a little bit. We made them punt a couple times there in the second quarter, I think it was. Offensively, we just talked about the fact that I didn't feel like they really lined up and stopped us a whole lot. We had a couple penalties. And they killed drives, and they made a few nice plays against us offensively in the second quarter. But I felt like we were headed in the right direction, and even at halftime, we just talked about, hey, we've been here before. We were down 2. We left some points on the board, and but we get the ball in the second half. Let's go out and put a drive together, and it just didn't work out that way for us.
Well, and of course, you just kind of take a look at the whole gamut of last night's game, and from the rhythm aspect, from the end result, it just seemed like something that we had talked about prior to the game was having to stop the Cahokia big plays, and it just seems like sometimes that can be quite the impossible task when they have so many guys that they can run out there with such breakaway speed, and they pretty well put that on display last night.
They sure did. They've got 2 or 3 of those guys are track guys that are on state championship track team and relay teams, and they have just some. We talked about it as coaches afterwards. I didn't feel like it was tremendous athleticism necessarily. They weren't making you miss because they were shifty or anything like that. They were just simply running by you. and credit their kids. They have a lot of speed, and they were using it. Their kids ran hard last night, and I think as the game went on, obviously they got more and more confidence and continued to run hard and ran through some arm tackles and some poor tackling by our guys. And we've talked about it before. I kept saying it on the sideline. We need that momentum change play, and we just couldn't get it last night. Nothing really just sparked us to where I felt like we could take momentum and go with it.
Last night, of course, it's that time of year. We talked about it on the air. You get to week 7, 8, and 9. There's a lot of injuries. There's some bumps. There's some bruises. Guys are starting to get up a little bit, beat up a little bit more physically and possibly mentally. You were missing some key players last night, obviously. Did you feel like your team had a little more difficult time adjusting to some of the players being out as that game went along?
I think so. I think it was disappointing losing Drew Hester for the season, and we obviously we didn't have it all last week of practice, so it's not an excuse. We had guys in positions and got lots of reps at practice, but Braden a couple weeks ago, and then Drew last week, to have those guys out, and then another thing that was just a difficulty for us is Jacob Williamson is our leading tackler on the year. He's our middle linebacker. He missed school all week long. He had the flu. Just could not keep anything down. Very sick, and finally got himself here on part of the day Thursday and Friday. And we had moved him to outside linebacker, and he played his tail off last night, but just definitely wasn't anywhere near 100%. So on the defensive side of the ball, we were, kind of without 3 of our main starters, our 2 leading tacklers, and Jacob and Drew, or at least, like I said, Jacob was out of position and not 100%, and then Braden being out at corner. So you just limit your depth a little bit, and then you're right, just a couple other guys have, nothing too serious, but just little things that when you get down, it's hard to be mentally tough, and you get down and you start thinking about your ankle hurting or your left hand or your toes or whatever it is. And a lot of times with winning and with big plays and with excitement, you don't feel those things.
And last night, of course, your team battled back late, down a couple of scores, did battle back for late score, didn't get the onside kick, and Kokia ran the clock out. Attention turns now to Centralia, a team that was beaten handily by Marion. At this point in Week 8, in the last couple of years you've been in this rivalry, is this a case of expecting the unexpected when playing the Orphans?
Well, I think so, and I think, just in my couple of years that I've been here, they've struggled the last few weeks, but it's a whole different animal when it's Mount Vernon Centralia. I think obviously their kids are going to step up a level this week, being that they're playing us, and I think that our kids will do the same and respond. And we have to turn our attention and focus to them. And we're both sitting in the same boat. We're 4-3 right now. Nobody wants to wait till week 9 to try to get their 5th win of the season. So I expect just a great football game and a battle.
Well, and of course the Orphans, as we know, have been banged up as well. Of course, coming in on Friday night, that'll be a big road game for the Rams, of course, to close out the conference schedule. Outside of the obvious, we know they're young. We know that they're a little banged up at running back. What else do we know about Centralia Orphan football?
Well, Coach Calling does a great job, obviously, what he's done in the last few years there. Just a pretty amazing turnaround, really. They're a spread team. They early on in the year, they were pretty balanced with the Scott kid at running back, and the way I've taken it, I think he's out. I think Ray said at least till week 9, if not the playoffs. When they lost him, I think they've plugged in a few kids there, but just haven't had a lot of success, so they've become much more one-dimensional. I think I read some stats this morning. They had negative 5 yards rushing last night and against Marion, and threw the ball right around 40 times. So anytime you become that one-dimensional, obviously that hurts you. But they're going to be well coached, and like I said, I know their kids will be ready to play. It's a rivalry game. The kids know each other. They've been competing in sports for years against each other. So again, it'll be a good game.
And, of course, I know the bus ride back probably wasn't the greatest last night from the crew from Mount Vernon, but you have a big rivalry game coming up. It is on the road. Is this a case where the kids are already looking to next week, looking to Friday night, or is it going to take a bit of time to get them pep back up?
I think we took the morning off so coaches could watch a little film, and we have a long weekend at school, Columbus Day on Monday, so they'll come in Monday night. I think we'll spend a little bit of time on this film, and because we made enough mistakes where we've got to get them corrected and do some things differently. But I think the kids are going to be ready. Like I said, I have no doubt that by this afternoon it still hurts the next morning, and you think about it. But I think throughout the weekend, the kids and the coaching staff will move our attention to Centralia, and obviously I don't have to state the importance of the game for us. It's a rivalry, it's conference, and win 5's on the line.
Is this a case where you can kind of relate to the kids, hey, after in 2011 where we struggled, we had a Centralia team that had it on the run of a phenomenal season. We played pretty close, had a very good chance to win that one. Last year, we remember last year, Centralia finishes 9-0, but in that game, the Rams had them up, all throughout the game. Is this a case where you can kind of relay that to them, saying, hey, we almost beat them the last 2 years. There's no reason we can't go out there and get a big win here in Week 8 of 2013.
Oh, absolutely. You're exactly right. I believe they've been 8-0 each of the years 7-0 each of the years that we've played them. 2 years ago at their place, we had a game that came down to late in the fourth. I don't remember the exact score, 56-52 or 56-49. It was a shootout and gave them a good run. And then last year at home, we came out and got the lead early and really ran the ball really well against them and had a lead throughout the game until a little bit later in the second half, and they scored a couple and got up on us. But yeah, I definitely think that's the case, and we'll talk about that. And I think the kids know that. Just from underclass football in the last couple of years, I think there's no doubt that we can go compete with them, and hopefully we can do what the last couple of teams have done is, try to make them as one-dimensional as possible. And then, like I said, if you know a team's going to line up and they don't have, a running game or a passing game, vice versa, and really make them one-dimensional, you can do some things to hopefully take that away.
Our final question, of course, you know what it is. It's our WMIX Sports social media question of the week. I don't know if this is the mood we're all kind of in this morning or what the case may be, but our question this week is, what is your biggest pet peeve?
That's a good question. I think just in general terms, probably laziness. I just don't have. It just really bothers me, whether that be from a coaching standpoint or a teaching standpoint, having a kid in class, or just from my family standpoint. I just think without getting too philosophical and too deep on a Saturday morning, I think we're all pretty blessed in one way or the other, and it just upsets me when people don't use their talents that they were given and choose to be lazy.
Amen to that. That is solid, and one that I can definitely agree with here on a Saturday morning. I can agree with that 24/7. Coach, big game on Friday night for the Rams. Could become playoff eligible with a win over the Centralia Orphans. Good luck to the Rams. We'll see you on Friday night.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That was Jared Shaner with last week's Saturday Sports Show interview. Of course, we talked about last week's disappointing loss on the road at Cahokia. Talked about tonight's big game with the Orphans. In fact, that game with the Centralia Orphans here on the road at Evers Field is coming right up. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about plenty more here on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. But first, we need to sneak in another break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 33 years, and many are priced under $10,000. Plus, most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto, living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon, call 244-4582.
Bring the family for a fun-filled day of cars at the Rinley College Car Show on Saturday. Trophies will be awarded for several categories. Dash plaques are available for the first 125 entries. Registration is just $10. In addition to the show, there will be door prizes as well as a swap meet, flea market, children's area, live entertainment, and more. Festivities begin at 9 a.m. with judging at 11, pictures with cars at 1, and trophy presentations at 2. See you Saturday at the Renwick College Car Show on the RLC campus in Ina.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
And we welcome you back on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside here in the Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fix to them all. 1-888-Landers. That's 1-888-Landers. Should be a good week of football in the South Southern Conference this week. Of course, rivalry week. Mount Vernon Rams, of course, up here at Centralia. Marion travels to Carbondale and Alsop at Cahokia, but it so happens if it falls just right, you could have 4 teams in the South 7-3-2 tonight. Well, it could, and that's the thing. And then you go through and have to figure out who's going to get what playoff berth and whatever not. I mean, and the crazy thing about it is we brought it up last week and tweeted it that Cahokia could win tonight against Alsop, be 4-4, be a conference champ, and get beat next week by Normal U High in Week 5. Could be a 4 or 5 team makes the playoffs. I mean, that's what we're looking at. And Alsop in the same boat. They could win tonight, get beat next week. So, very interesting things going on in the South 7 tonight is however that will be broken down because if Cahokia loses, the race to get the championship and the automatic bid will be very interesting. It'll be very interesting indeed. Of course, a lot of these teams will head into uncertainties in Week 9 if they don't get that 5th win tonight. It's a battle of 4 and 3 teams here from Centralia. Of course, we talked about Centralia being a little banged up. Outscored 146-20 over the past 3 weeks. Well, and that's the problem. They've been beat up with injuries. I mean, you remember this team started out 4-0, beating the likes of Salem, of course, Civic, and Effingham in the first 3 weeks. Then got Carbondale at home, and after that, the wheels have kind of fell off. Cahokia's gotten them once. Marion's gotten them last week. So this team wobbling a little bit as far as going into the South 7. They wobbled a little bit the last few weeks. They've been getting healthy. As a rival coming into town, you guarantee that if you're a kid wearing that bread tonight, you're going to be out on the field, if at all possible, tonight to help your team try to beat your arch rival, the Mount Vernon Rams, for the 3rd year in a row. No doubt about that. Plenty more insight coming your way on your Landers Collision Center spring-game show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Mount Vernon and Salem. 1-888-Landers. We'll take a quick break, come back, and you set tonight's action between the Mount Vernon Rams and the Centralia Orphans. It's homecoming here from Evers Field. Plenty more coming your way. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports.
High school sports are back, and your source for scores is WMIXSports.com. Also, find archived local sports broadcasts, video highlights, national sports headlines, and more right at your fingertips. Listen and watch live WMIX sports broadcasts from your desktop or any mobile device. Need a score? Want to see a sick dunk? Miss a game? Didn't get up in time for the Saturday sports show? That's right, it's all at WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting, WMIXSports.com. At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Broadcasting live from the WMIX mobile studios, driven by King City Chrysler. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Hey, welcome you back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square. Rams football is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, Evers Field tonight. Rivalry week in the South 7 Conference. Of course, the Rams are 4-3 overall, 2-2 in the conference, while the Orphans are 4-3. Have lost their last 3. That includes conference play after winning the first game against the Carbondale Terriers. They are now 1-3 in the conference, just trying to establish what's left of this conference schedule. It has been a series that for the past 2 years has been eked out by the Orphans. Of course, here a couple of years ago, this is a game that netted over 100 points. Last year was a little bit tougher at home for the Rams, but Rams were able to hang tough until late in the game when Centralia was certainly able to overtake a victory. But we'll take a look prior to that, and I believe the Rams won the 9 meetings before that.
And that's the thing. It's been a lopsided rivalry since 96. Centralia's won 4 times, 2001, and then they didn't win again till 11, and last year 12. So you have 5 wins since 1996. The last 2 crazy football games between the two schools. We remember 2 years ago, as you mentioned, the 107-point bash here that went on and on and on and set records and everything else. And then last year, it was a pretty close game. Remember, Week 7 was a mudfest. Week 8, they came into a field that was tore up at J.D. Shields Memorial Stadium. They had that all going on. Trey eked out a win. And here tonight, you have 2 teams that really need a win to try to get to 5. They both have enough playoff points if they can get to 5 there and if they win tonight. Of course, it's a big night for both of these teams. Both are guaranteed to get at least 2 points tonight. The loser gets a point they don't want. But we'll see what happens here between the Malvern Rams and the Centralia Orphans. Worth noting that all-time, the Rams trail this all-time series 38-45 and 3. Of course, people forget about a lot of those Centralia teams back in the 70s that were just dominant, especially the 60s as well. Plenty more coming your way on your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We'll get you set with your teams per game. It's all coming up. Stay tuned here on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
What does technology sound like? Is it the clang of heavy machinery, the beeps and chirps of an electronic gadget? At the new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center, technology sounds a little something like this.
It's the sound of a young girl excited because her mom's being released the same day as her minimally invasive surgery. Thanks to the Da Vinci surgical robot, our surgeons' hand motions are seamlessly translated into smaller, more precise movements. But surgery isn't the only way Good Samaritan is raising the bar for advanced healthcare in Southern Illinois.
That's the sound of a patient's health record being updated and stored electronically for immediate access by nurses, primary care doctors, and specialists alike. That's why soon, the new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center will use all electronic patient health records. Less paper translates to faster, better care for you. And that sounds a little something like this.
The new Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Watch the Rams online at WMIXSports.com. Powered by Ren Lake College.
And we welcome you back to Everest Field, just off of the campus of Centralia Community High School. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski alongside for your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. We told you about the Rams, the Orphans here tonight. It'll be a different look to both teams. Both teams battling the injury bug. Of course, we saw Matisse Scott warming up before the game for the Orphans. Rams are going to be without, of course, we told you, Drew Hester and Braden Fitzgerald's part of the distraction. They're both gone for the rest of the season. So for the Rams, they're going to have to kind of throw something at the Orphans a little bit differently here tonight. Missing a couple key components to the running game, but most importantly, a couple key components to the defense.
You're going to see formations. You're going to see players. You're going to see things you haven't seen in 7 weeks of film. You're going to see it tonight. It's a rivalry game. You expect the unexpected, both offensively and defensively, tonight between these two teams.
And we are going to get everything but the kitchen sink, I think. And for the Rams, this game is very important. The Orphans have a chance to get their 5th win next week against Mascout in a game that's going to be evenly matched as well. For the Rams, meanwhile, you have currently undefeated Mount Carmel, a team that is highly ranked in the Associated Press polls. They'd be ranked in this state and Indiana if they could be ranked in Indiana, played in that Indiana conference. But for the Rams, what are some keys on a full moon night?
Well, it is a full moon here tonight, of course, on the calendar. Of course, there's no howling. You don't need any bragging, trash talking, or anything that could hurt your team with penalties with the unsportsmanlike conduct. Got to keep under control. Strange things happen on full moon nights. One of those, what new plays will each team bring into this rivalry week and the playoffs on the line? And lastly, full moon with clear sky. We got clouds here, so it doesn't work, but shining bright. You know the names coming into that are going to be the stars. Who's going to step up and be the shining stars tonight? Hey, you may not have heard of, but coming into this game, they'll step up in this rivalry matchup.
And we will certainly find out. Rams football, of course, is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. We're going to get started a bit early here tonight, a little before the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Glad to be here with you, Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside for the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, of course, driven by King City Chrysler. Worth noting that the Montez Miller Gray just needs 133 yards to be a 1,000-yard rusher for Jared Shaner's Mount Vernon Rams. Of course, the Rams, meanwhile, looking to get in the playoffs. What an important game this is, and a rivalry night here at Centralia. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski, as aforementioned. Jeff Crow still taking care of the video, as we are the official film provider, of course, for Mount Vernon Rams football. And then Quentin Lloyd is back at our Mount Vernon studio to be Dylan Reeves on the kickoff. The Rams are in their away whites tonight, black numeric trimmed in orange, with orange striping on the sleeves. Centralia, of course, in all red. The red helmets, of course, from front to back with the white stripe down the middle, and numerics on the helmet. Back to return, we'll see whom it's going to be for the Orphans. On the near hash at about the 12-yard line, trying to wedge up the middle. That looked to be thought it was Kessler going up the middle. We'll see who gets it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Orphans between the hashes about the 25-yard line. 11:54 to play in the first quarter. Obviously no score. We're just underway.
Well, you mentioned Clayton by accident. Got to see a couple of former Ram baseball stars today in my building. Landon Thomas and Matthew Williams made a stop, opened my door, and went, "Oh no, what are you guys doing?"
Hashtag juiced. Of course.
Yep.
What's the thing with
Landon Thomas predicted a 5-point win.
Nice. It'll be first and 10 for the Orphans from their own 25-yard line here in the first quarter. Just on their way out of the shotgun. Work Ryder and Green, the quarterback. Going to have to run for his life. Robert Ryder gives chase to the defensive end. He'll pick up the sack at about the 20, where the ball will be spotted at the far hash. So it'll be a loss, and a sack for Robert Ryder. Get the start at defensive end tonight for the Rams. And he has paid dividends, of course. That'll bring up 2nd and long for the Orphans here. Clock rolling with 11:37 to play here in the first. No score yet, of course. Just underway from Evers Field. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside on WMIX. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Orphans. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers set, of course, for the quarterback Ryder Green, and trying to get the Rams to jump. I don't know if somebody jumped or somebody played.
They got that 5 yards back for Centralia. You sack them for 5, you give them 5. 5 steps forward, 5 steps back, or 5 steps back and 5 steps forward, I guess, could be.
We're going to find that out. Of course, that was one great play a moment ago for Robert Ryder. Make your own great play when you open a Community First Bank free high-yield checking account that earns cash back. Just ask for one. Community First Bank, member FDIC, 11:19 to play in the first. No score. Rams and Orphans. No video tonight at WMIXsports.com. We apologize. It's audio only due to the blackout regulations. Out of the shotgun, the quarterback will work. It's going to be complete. It looks like that is Ryan Shipley near the flat. It's going to break to the outside here on the near side. Gets to the 40. It'll be a gain of about 15, and that'll move the chains for the Orphans, where it'll be 1st and 10.
All he did was settle in the zone, Chris, and able to make that catch for a 15-yard gain and a first down because he was able to get it and ran and carried guys about 10 extra yards.
Ryan Shipley follows us on Twitter. So should you, at WMIX Sports. Split to the right side will be the senior Trip Kessler on the left. They're going to go Green to the left side, one in the far slot. The quarterback Green out of the shotgun. Empty backfield. He's going to run off to the left side. Ryder gives chase, just gets rid of it. It's tipped by Williamson. Can't come up with the interception, and that's going to be batted down at about the 45-yard line. It'll still be 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. Clock will stop at 10:49. No score.
And it's hard to prepare for Centralia because Ray Calling doesn't have a playbook. Doesn't have it right in his hands. He uses off his head. He goes off the rhythm of the game. Calls plays as they go. And that's the problem right now. Mount Vernon's pressuring Centralia already, trying to get to the quarterback Green and pressure him right now. He's handling it early. That time he almost soon picked them.
Kessler now, Ford will be on the right side, 3 on the left for the quarterback out of the shotgun Green. 10:49 to play in the first quarter. Rams are going to rush. It's going to be complete over the top. Incomplete. The target was Dorian Reeves, the sophomore. And that'll fall incomplete for 3rd and 10. 10:46 to play in the first quarter. Just past the top of the hour. This is WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski here for you from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. There we go. Mouthful there. Amped up tonight here from Centralia. Evers Field, probably one of the better services in all of the state.
I would say out of the big 3 conferences, having seen all of them, it's up there with Carmine.
Same set here, man in motion. Oh, bobble snap out of quarterback Green, and they're going to bring everybody. It's going to be complete to Ryan Shipley. He's going to race up the middle, cross midfield, 40, 30. Oh, he bubbled the football, but recovers at about the 24-yard line. So that will be a nice gain of about 46 through the air for the Orphans with 10:35 to play in the first.
35-yard dumb-down pass, a little bubble screen up the middle. They let the Rams come forward, and when they let the Rams come forward, he takes off, and he has another gain on the evening. Boy, Mr. Shipley, 2 catches already for 50 yards.
We'll get to the Rams defensively here in a moment, presented by Central Christian Church. It was fresh set it down for the Orphans. 1st and 10 for the Rams 25. Looking quick to the near side. It's going to be a completed pass, almost dropped. Heiner's going to get there for the quick tackle. It was complete to Dorian Reeves on the near side, just outside the near hash, and that will be a loss of yardage through the air.
Minus 2 pass. That would have been a live ball had he dropped it or anything else. He threw it kind of backward lateral behind the line of scrimmage, and right there for Centralia, tough play. But again, you see what they do. They're not a team that likes to throw the deep bomb or deep routes. They'll throw the quick hitters and let Shipley and others get the yardage underneath.
10:03 to play in the first quarter. Scoreless ball game here from Evers Field. Empty backfield again out of the shotgun for Broderick Green. He's looking over the middle. This one is going to be batted away. Good tip there by number 32, Jacob Williamson. Secondary tonight for Jared Chainer's Rams. Number 1, Jacoby Marshall, of course, in the corner. Doug Gardner and Xavier Tice get to start at safety. Devon Miller-Gray is also a corner tonight. Your linebackers are Williamson, Heiner, and Hinken. Defensive ends are Tyler Knudsen and Brian Bowers. Defensive ends are Robert Grider and Tyler Knudsen. Tackles are Bowers and Schubert. Those lineups are presented by Central Christian Church. Log on to thenewscentral.com for amazing ministry multimedia. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. As Broderick Green, the quarterback, has 9:52 to work with in the first quarter. No score. It's third and 12 from the Rams 27-yard line. Rolling to the left, again, had an empty backfield. Schubert gets his hands around him. They will bring him down. Might have gotten a gain of one or a no-gainer on the play.
Like a sack there that time. All coverage that time. They're going guy in the slot, two receivers on the left side, one on the right. Rolled him out to the left side, short side, white side of the field at that time. And you can see, unfortunately for Centralia, that Green didn't have a lot of time there. Mount Vernon's bringing the heat just about every time he rolls out. It's kind of like Mount Vernon's got a spy right now. I believe it's Kreider in the defense for Mount Vernon on Green.
9:20 to play in the opening quarter. No score yet here from Centralia. It's the Rams and the Orphans here tonight. 4th and 12. Ball on the Mount Vernon 27-yard line. Orphans obviously going to go for it with the empty backfield. Out of the shotgun, the quarterback Green. Rams looking to pounce. Man in motion. It is going to be a little bit of play action for the Orphans. Found a seam, did Green. Making a chase, got one arm around him. He's going to race up the middle, pass the 20 down to about 15. Rolls inside. Looks like it may have been enough for a first down. And the Orphans move the chains again.
You can see there, Mr. Hugo, Mr. Green got loose, and he was able to get up through the middle, and the spy had went past him to miss on the tackle. When that happened, he knew it opened up. The receiver's taking everybody down. He ran right up the middle, and Centralia right now hurting Mount Vernon defensively right in the middle, just like the Hokie did last week.
Orphans sitting us some clock in the first. 8:48 to play. Again, it's scoreless here from Centralia. Orphans on the opening drive. 1st and 10 on the Ram 13 in the red zone. Quarterback Green works the empty backfield. Out of the shotgun. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. In the box, ready to go, is the middle linebacker, Jacob Williamson. Now look at the right side to pass. Ooh, thought he was going to go fade, but went a nice bullet of a pass to the near hash on the 5. Target, of course, is Ryan Shipley. Has another completed reception, I should say, on the night. Big pass.
Third pass he's caught tonight at 58 yards, and an 8-yard pass there. Things keep going. Dad's sitting over here to the left in the tunnel.
Yes, he is.
Of course, Shipley could be known as the Big Show. They did have the school together at SIUE for a brief time before the Big Show ended up in sports entertainment at WWE.
8:03 to go here in the first. There will be 2nd and 3 from the Rams 6 ball, the near hash. It'll be Alcorn and Reeves on the right. Shipley, Kessler, and company on the left. Looking to pass. Green's going to go with the option. He'll be pulled down. Ryder got the initial contact. Also in on the play for the Rams was number 73, Bright Steele, who came in as a substitution. Now, with 7:40 to go in the first, still scoreless.
He, as in Green, the quarterback for Centralia, has got to make some decisions. His line right now providing little or no resistance up front. Mount Vernon dominating. The problem is if his line guides them somewhere and allows him to kind of get things in space, that's the trouble right now that Mount Vernon has to deal with.
Of course, Green made the choice to run. It's your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs. Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. Green, the quarterback out of the shotgun, ball in the near hash, looking for a pass to the right side. Ooh, out of bounds. Step number 9, Trip Kessler, the 5'11 senior. Caught the pass, but stepped out at about the 4.5, and that's going to be a short gain. We'll bring up 3rd down.
It's about a 3-yard pass there to Kessler. Nothing much going on there, but it just worked.
So it'll be 4th down again for the Orphans. Of course, why wouldn't you go for it here?
Well, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown here in this case.
So it'll be 4th and short, about 4th and 1.5 here for Centralia. 7:07 to go in the first quarter. No score yet from Evers Field. Opening drive for Centralia. Of course, video streaming tonight would have been powered by Red Lake College. You can save you thousands on your college education. See how and apply online right now at RLC.edu. In motion, of course, was number 3, Reeves. He's going to break the outside, found a seam, just past the far hash. It'll be a 4-yard touchdown run. Nice play by the Orphans offense, and that sees them up 6-0.
Yeah, pretty slick little play, wasn't it? Little jet sweep across the left side, and you can see Mr. Reeves come across and get that run for the touchdown. That was pretty nice little play and a pretty nice drive by the Orphans on that one.
They lead it 6-0. I did see them practicing the PAT earlier. Nick Neubauer is on the kick. With 7:02 to play in the opening quarter. Glad to have you with us from the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by King City Chrysler Center. Here it comes. It's going to be up. It's going to flip the upright. It'll be 7-0 Orphans.
13 plays, 75 yards, 5 minutes. That is a way to open a drive at home and get your fans on this side of the field at Evers Field really into this ball game. Man, what a drive. Very impressive.
4 minutes and 58 seconds. Well, not really. 4 minutes and a little about 54. They took 4 seconds off the clock on the return. But what a drive for the Centralia Orphans to take an early 7-0 lead. Now it'll be up to Jared Shaner's Rams. We'll get to see their offense for the first time tonight. See how they're able to do against the Centralia defense. The Centralia offense, meanwhile, that struggled to score points. Their past 3 games, again, only coming up with 20, but able to find a nice rhythm here in the early going.
Yeah, the Orphans had that nice play drive. Boy, impressive when you go 13 plays, 75 yards in 5 minutes.
Like you'll take it.
Oh, every time at this level.
Well, nice night for high school football. Luckily, the rain looks like it's going to hold off until a wee bit later, hopefully until we're done. What a beautiful night in Centralia. So glad you could join us on WMIX. Again, the video thing, we're audio only here tonight for those that may be checking in via email, Facebook, or Twitter. No problem with us.
Well, it is a gorgeous evening. It's supposed to be it's a full moon, although you can't see much of the moon right now, but it is supposed to be. But, boy, what an opening drive when you march down the field like Centralia did with little or no resistance. A couple of negative plays for yardage for the Orphans, but very, very impressive drive for a team that's trying to get to the playoffs themselves.
Both these teams are 4-3, and I was taking a look at the Orphans' playoff points a little bit earlier tonight. They have 27 coming in. It's going to be a squib, and it's going to be picked up by Williamson. His knee touched the ground at about the 34, maybe the 33 as he slipped on it. But good pickup by Jacob Williamson, who secures the Rams' drive here with 7:01 to play. 7-0 Orphans.
One of our employees down there leading the cheers. Here's the key. I think this is big. I know it's like, oh, my gosh, how can you say the first drive for the Rams? You're coming off a bad week at Fort Cahokia. You didn't do a lot till late when the game was in hand. And now the Orphans have driven the ball down your throat for 75 yards. Here, Mount Vernon's got to do something here. Try to come back and get something positive, hopefully points to set a standard here in this game.
Double wing back set for the Rams. Jacoby Marshall will be split to the right side. It'll be Lloyd in motion. He's going to get the sweep up the right, still trying to find the line of scrimmage. Tackle for a loss. Trying to get to the outside, past the far hash. Maybe a loss to about the 32. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Rams to put him on the spot.
Yeah, that was kind of tough. And again, you have, there's a no gain there saying.
Wow. So kind of spot for the Rams. 2nd and 10, 6:37 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Orphans on top. Scored on their opening drive. Quarterback Reeves will be under center. Gardner will be split out to the left this time. Of course, we'll get to your starting offense just a moment. Inside handoff's going to go to Graham Hinkin. Rolls right up the middle, past the 40 to about the 41. Gain of about 8 will bring up 3rd and 2. The Rams tonight are starting on the line. Left guard is Alex Hopkins. Your right guard is Josh Borland. Center is Tyler Bradley. Left tackle London Marler. Right tackle Eli Phillips. Your running back Snyder the Hype and Devontae Miller-Gray and C.J. Lloyd, as well as the fullback Graham Hinkin. Wide receivers are Jacoby Marshall and Doug Gardner. Your quarterback is Dylan Reeves. Those lineups are presented by Central Christian Church. Log on to the new Central.com for Amazing Ministry Multimedia. Loving God and loving people. Quarterback sneak this time will be Dylan Reeves calling up the old number 9. To the outside. After he bounced off the seam there. So got to about the 46-yard line for a gain of 4. Either way, it's going to move the chains for a Ram first down.
Yep. That's a lot. That's a bread and butter play for Mount Vernon this year when you get to the point. And again, that's one of those deals where Mount Vernon has used that play all year, and nobody's really had any reason to stop it as of yet.
5:40 to play. Here in the first quarter, 7-0 Orphans on top. It'll be Gardner left. Tied on the right side. It'll be Jacoby Marshall. Double wing back set for Jared Shaner's Rams. Quarterback Reeves is under center. It's going to be to Miller-Gray as he's going to get the handoff, trying to come up the middle. Got to about the 48, if that. So it could be 2nd and 7 here for the Rams. The clock will drop below the 5:20 mark.
The Orphans took 5 minutes to score. Mount Vernon would love to take double and score. Of course, Mount Vernon, more of a team, likes to pound the ground, pound the ball, run the football, and on this gorgeous evening for football in Week 8.
We will certainly take it. Feels like October. You know it's bound and determined to come at some point. 2nd and 7 for the Rams. Ball spotted between the hashes on their own 48. In motion will be C.J. Lloyd. It's going to be an inside handoff to Graham Hinkin, who will bulldoze his way past midfield. Of course, gets to the opposing 47. So that'll be a gain of about 5. It'll make it 3rd and 2 for the Rams with 4:50 to play in the first. Still 7-0 Centralia.
Interesting stuff rolling in early.
We have scoreboard updates throughout the night.
Got a few here on next opportunity.
We'll get it in. Maybe when the chains move here. If they do, for the Rams on 3rd and 2. The ball's on the Orphan 47 between the hashes. 4:30 to play in the first. Split left and right this time for the quarterback, Dylan Reeves, the junior. As Marshall on the right. Gardner on the left, and stop and think for a moment. The hyphen is on the right. Your other back, of course, C.J. Lloyd. Reed's going to try to take it himself. Doesn't look like he got it.
No.
Short of a first down, it'll be 4th and 1.
Now, Centralia, they struggled offensively on the offensive line in that drive, even though they did score. Right now up front, the red shirts are beating the white shirts right now, beating them back a little bit, getting a push, getting under them, and knocking them back. And right now, the Reds own the line of scrimmage.
Good sportsmanship by the senior, 6'3", 245-pound defensive lineman Parker Weathersby, who helped up the Ram quarterback. 3:50 to play in the first. Still 7-0 Centralia on top. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Quentin Lloyd back in the mouth for the studio. Across the way is Jeff Crow. Fullback will go right this time. Behind the wingback, far side, Miller Gray in motion. C.J. Lloyd, they're going to try to stretch to the right side. Finding Steve to the right. Can he break the outside? Does. He's at the 30. Oh, that's going to come back to the near side. It's about the 20. As C.J. is going to get a big run. We'll see if they're going to stop it.
Yeah, they stopped it. He stepped out of bounds. Mr. Lloyd on the keeper. Good job on the 30-yard run. Now Vernon with a first down. The drive continues. Could have been more, but he stepped out of bounds.
Of course, they did get the first down there. We'll get you some scores in just a moment, unless we're ready.
No.
Okay, we're not ready.
Mount Vernon's to the line already.
It's the scores in just a moment, maybe after this play, or if the chains move again. 3:29 to play here in the first. 7-0 ball game. Centralia on top. Lloyd in motion. Inside handoff again. Ooh, good tackle there. Good trip up by the Orphans. As along the far hash went Mr. Higgins. He got about 3 or 4 on the play.
Early scores, Heron over Harrisburg 7-0. We have a correspondent there. Chester over El Dorado 7-0. Early on, we have a correspondent there. And, of course, we have Highland over Mascoutah early 7-0. And Carbondale over Marion 6-0 early on.
Scoreboard updates each and every night, powered by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony in the King City. Find him worldwide at TonyWilt.com, or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. That's Tony Wilt, State Farm. Get to a better state with State Farm. Rams trying to get to a better state here on the offensive side. It's going to be Reeves with the quarterback keeper, play fake to the right side, trying to get first down yardage. He passes the 20 to about the 19. Not quite enough. It'll be a gain of roughly 6. My depth perception not what it used to be.
Well,
it'll be third down.
We're at kind of a funky angle, but again, you're looking at a field that's well marked.
Oh my gosh,
well painted. Some great lettering, great numbers. You can see some things. What a fantastic place to see a football game, of course, with this lighting and everything else here.
No idea what's going to happen with their situation here, but it'd be a shame to lose this surface.
Yes, it would.
3rd one for the Rams. Quarterback Reeves in their center, split left and right. Lloyd in motion. Reeves feigns the handoff and rolls up the right. Looks like he got first down yardage as he got to about the 15 from where we sit.
One of those things is
other side of the 15.
Clayton Reeves does a very good job of running his team. A lot of times he is the man that takes those handoffs. And if Mount Vernon is able to get to the playoffs or anything like that, it would be a case that, you know, a team's going to figure out that he's going to keep a ball the majority of the time, and he will have to do something maybe as you go along to change that.
7-0, Orphans on top. 2:06 to play in the first quarter. Rams threatening. Ball on the Orphan 14. Far hash, 1st and 10. Quarterback Reeves under center. Some in motion is going to be Miller Gray. He's going to try to stretch it out to the outside. He's at the 10. 5, trying to go in the corner. Ooh, cuts back and jukes past his man for a touchdown. It'll be a 14-yard touchdown run for the hyphen. With 1:53 to go, it's 7-6.
That's handy. That gets Mount Vernon on the board on a drive that started at 33, a 67-yard drive. That goes for 11 plays in roughly 4 minutes.
The defender watched the feet instead of the waist, so now it's a touchdown for the Rams with a 14-yard variety for the hyphen. C.J. Lloyd on to attempt the PAT to try to tie it up here at 7 with 1:53 to go in the quarter. See if C.J. can get it on the hold. I believe that is Reed Millwood. He had the misfortune sitting with us at the baseball banquet this past year. That's going to be a line drive, maybe partially blocked. It'll keep it 7-6 with the Orphans still on top as the Rams win for the tie with 1:53 to go in the first. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home, and Dick Sign of Woodlawn and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC.
Well, the Achilles heel, that extra points. It is definitely an Achilles heel. Something Mount Vernon's going to have to figure out eventually as we go.
Of course, coming into tonight, CJ had actually had decent luck. Attempting PATs for Jared Shainer's Mount Vernon Rams. Of course, coming into tonight, he was 4 of 7 for 57.1%. Rams definitely struggled with that this year, only 8 of 15 combined. Even had 1 block. Not so certain about that one. Now they're right at 50% as their 8 of 16. So the Orphans will get another chance offensively. We'll see what the Rams are able to do defensively now. A minute 53 left in the opening quarter, a 7-6 ball game as the Rams trail the Orphans here. Rams need that fifth win if they have any hopes, obviously, of getting into the postseason, because with Mount Carmel Golden Aces, you don't have to count on that game for win number 5.
Oh, got that right.
Not that it can't happen, not that it wouldn't happen. As the Orphans will pick it up at about the 12. In between the hashes, now breaking to the outside. Trying to come back to the near side at the 40. Off to the races, 45, past midfield. 45 again to the 40. Going to be tripped up as that is Dorian Reeves. Gets to about the Ram 37 is where the spot is going to be, and that is one heck of a run, as that is going to be about the 51, 52-yard run.
And that's the problem. Big plays happen, crazy things in these games like this, rivalry. And there you go, right out of the gates. Centralia has owned the game so far.
That they have. 7-6 Orphans on top. Looking to add to it here. Empty backfield for the quarterback. Green out of the shotgun. Looks left. Over the middle he goes, and that is going to be a nice hit. Who got it? That looked to have been Doug Gardner on the hit. Pass is intended for Chase Alcorn, who can't come up with it. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Clock stopping with a $1.39.
I think Alcorn had heard footsteps because he's short in the arms. The ball could catch him and popped right out of his pads, and he was flinching knowing those feet were coming behind.
Too quick to see. All you can do is hear. On the right side, Devin Sanchez, along with Ryan Shipley in the slot. Reeves is going to be in motion again. Play action. Look to the right side. The Rams able to bring a unit. This is going to be complete to Shipley, who's able to race near that far hash and get maybe 6 on the play to bring up 3rd and 4.
Well, boy, Centralia is laying some bait, aren't they? They keep running those little bubble screens, those inside screens they throw running. And it's one of those things where they're going to bust one, or they're going to fake one like that, and they're going to go to the outside where Mount Vernon runs people in to try to stop. They're setting something up for later in the ballgame.
Reeves, Shipley, and Dunyas to the right side. Of course, it'll be Kessler and Alcorn to the left. For Green, the quarterback out of the shotgun. Empty backfield, of course. No running backs. 1:03 to go in the quarter. And now it's going to be Green running for his life. Kreider will give chase. Ooh, almost made a bad decision there, but luckily the pass fell incomplete. Intended for Ryan Shipley at about the 21-yard line. It'll be 4th and 4 for the Orphans. Can the Rams get a big stop?
Well, dangerous play there, that jump pass. You get here, you know, you got to do something with it, just like in basketball, and he didn't do it.
56.9 seconds to go in the opening quarter. So glad you could join us tonight. Rams football versus Centralia Orphans. Rivalry week in the conference. Barry and Zach Carbondale out off at Cahokia tonight. It'll be 4th and 4. Tightening things up on the right. 4 to the right, 1 to the left with the quarterback Green on the far hash. Looking to roll near side. He's looking downfield. Had to complete to Reeves. Who else? Rushing on the play, trying to make the tackle to be shy of the 20. So that's going to be enough for another Orphan first down. The Rams, Danny, one of their struggles defensively this season has been 4th down conversion.
Well, 4th down conversion, and also the fact that it's in the middle of the field. Again, another 15-yard pass for a completion right in the middle. Exactly what Cahokia exploited last week. You better believe that Centralia and next week Mount Carmel are going to see that and take advantage.
7-6 ball game. Orphans on top, threatening here. Less than 45 seconds to go in the quarter. 1st and 10 for the Ram 21. Good pass to Reeves. It's going to be completed about the 22. He'll race past the 20. Yikes! At about the 15-yard line. Man's clamoring for a horse collar. I didn't necessarily see it, so I was turned around.
I didn't see it. Got to be on the inside of it. That wasn't there.
2nd and 4 for Centralia. The clock will go to 20. Play clock will start here in just a moment. 7-6 score. The Orphans on top. Rams thought they had it tied. Going to get the PAT on the 14-yard Miller Gray touchdown. Ball is now on the Ram 15, and they are not going to go for a play here. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. After 12 minutes from Centralia, the Mount Vernon Rams trail the Centralia Orphans 7-6. We'll take a break, come back with second quarter action from Eversfield. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
This is your local State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. I want to thank Mount Vernon and the surrounding area for continuing to support us over the past 5 years. If you have never sat down with someone to go over your insurance program, let me invite you into our office. Let us show you what working with the industry leader, represented by a local agent, can do for you. I'm located just off 42nd Street. You can reach our office 24 hours a day at 242-1421 or on the web at tonywilt.com. Thanks again, and go Rams.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
This is Bria Ashby from Community First Bank. You're listening to the Rams on WMIX.
We head to the second quarter in Centralia. Welcome back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. Chris Hugo with Denny Czerwinski alongside Quentin Lloyd back at the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow joins us as well. We can't video from Centralia, but we can still provide film for Jared Shaner. We're doing that here tonight. Glad to have you with us, of course. Mount Vernon Rams football. Second quarter action will resume here from Centralia. Ball will be on the Mount Vernon 15. 2nd and 4 for the Orphans. Empty backfield for Green. Quarterback out of the shotgun. He's rushed again. Almost picked off. And that's one you'd love to have back. I believe that was the middle linebacker, Jacob Williamson. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Orphans with 11:56 to play in the half. Rams trailing 7-6.
Well, interesting stuff there.
Yes, pressure. 5 Jefferson County branches in response to quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, with 11:56 to go in the quarter. Of course, that pass was incomplete. Stops the clock. 3rd and 4 now for the Orphans. Empty backfield set. This one is going to fall incomplete. Andrew Heiner and Xavier Tyus and Jacob Williamson in on that, as I believe it was intended for Ryan Shipley. This sure-handed Ryan Shipley tonight. Well, that'll bring up 4th and 4, and the Orphans are perfect on 4th down conversion.
Another incomplete pass. That's why you can go for it if you feel confident to get that 4th down play.
See what they do is they'll go 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Looks like it's Reeves, Shipley, and turnaround. I think that is Tunyas on the left. Alcorn and Kessler will be on the right for Broderick Green of the Centralia Orphans. Green, just a sophomore, stands 6'1", 165. Assuming Matisse Scott gets better, they'll have him for another year as well. The running back who's been injured since the Alsop game. A rare first half-time out from Ray Colling. Again, he does not use a playbook. One of the interesting facets of Ray Colling's offense. No need.
No, he kind of goes on the fly with things.
Timeouts presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy at Mount Vernon, 2339 Broadway, of course. Eric Black and staff love to support the local community, as well as the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams. 11:52 to play in the first half from Evers Field in Centralia. 7-6 on homecoming night. The Orphans with the lead, and they are threatening with 4th and 4. It'll be on the 15-yard line. Ball spotted on the far hash, and we do have some scores rolling in.
Yeah, scores are rolling in. It's Carmi over SVWW 13-0 at the end of 1. Benton leads Murphy in the first 7-0. Heron over Harrisburg in the first 13-0. Now that is the end of the quarter. Heron over Harrisburg 13-0. Frankfurt over Massac early 6-0. It is Carterville and Pinckneyville scoreless after 1. Chester over El Dorado in the first 7-6. Fairfield over JC end of 1:15-6.
The scores presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. Tell you more about Anthony throughout the night. 11:52 to play in the half. Quarterback out of the shotgun, Broderick Green. 4 left, 1 right here for the Orphans. Green's going to try to run to the left side. Has plenty of room if he wants to. Ooh, he's going to dump it off last moment. It's going to fall incomplete. And for a kid that had done some damage over the course of this first half of the Rams, a surprise incomplete pass intended for Ryan Shipley, who's been an effective target for Ray Colling tonight.
Yep. Now Mount Vernon puts the stop, and they'll start at their own 15-yard line with 11:44 to go.
I believe Ryan Shipley also wears number 4 in baseball. Saw them time and time again. The Rams and Orphans had some epic battles over the past season in baseball, believe it or not, including a regional championship game that went 2-0 in less than 2 hours. Actually, less than an hour and a half. So the Rams will take over on the Centralia 15. It'll be 1st and 10. Between the hashes for the quarterback, Dylan Reeves. Man in motion is going to be Miller Gray. Reeves is going to do the inside handoff thing again to Mr. Hinkin. And it's going to go to about the 20. Gain of roughly, I did get to the 20. I don't believe it. So gain of about 4 to bring 2nd and 6. Oh, man. Great night for high school football. Almost clear skies. Can't see the full moon. There's supposed to be an eclipse tonight, right about now, but see what happens. 2nd and nickel for the Rams. Ball from their own 20. It's going to be a play to the outside for DeMontez Miller from Gray as he breaks the sideline. First down yardage pass 30 down to about the 31-yard line. This is where the official on the near side will step. Another official on the 32. So it'll be a first down run, of course. about 12 yards for the Hyphen, who needed about 133 coming into tonight's play to break the 1,000-yard mark. We'll drop below the 11-minute mark here. 7-6 ball game. Rams trailing the Orphans. Got a big fourth down stop a moment ago on the incomplete pass. As the Orphans tried to go left side, it would have been completed about the 2 with a chance to dive in for a score. So big stop. And here come the Rams offensively. Trying to go Hinken again on the inside handoff. Gets snuffed out even, to bring up second down.
Well, you keep going back, you keep trying some things out, see how it's going, and you got to try it. That time Centralia on the traps right now that Mount Vernon's running, doing a great job so far of stuffing the traps up the middle.
10:24 to play in the first half. 7-6 Orphans on top. It'll be Marshall split to the right. Doug Gardner on the left. Wingbacks, of course, will be Lloyd and Hinken on the left. On the right side will be Miller Gray in motion. He's going to try to go left again this time, trying to stretch the field out as he stops to the 35-yard line. A gain of 2 will make it 3rd and 7.
Centralia will not be disappointed by that. If Miller Gray gets 2 or 3 yards that time, they're not going to be disappointed, because the fact is, if he doesn't get anything double digits, they're going to call that almost like a loss of yards for Mount Vernon. In that case, comes to their defense.
WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by King City Chrysler Center, 1603 Broadway in Mount Vernon. 2013 Dodge Rams. Yes, there are a few left. The 0% financing for up to 72 months, plus $2,000 in customer cash at King City Chrysler. See them online at KingCityChrysler.com. It'll be C.J. Lloyd on a sweep coming to the near side. Able to get past the tackle. There's going to be a flag on the play. Brought down past the 40 at about the 43. Put on the 44 would make it almost a first down. We'll see where this flag's going. Looks like it may be a hold.
It's a first down. The flag is sitting, I think, somewhere on the 40-yard line right in front of us. The referee signals a hold on the Rams.
So this will push it back and make it 3rd and long for the Rams with 9:28 to play in the second quarter. 7-6 Orphans on top, and that's a shot in the foot you could ill afford at this point in the ballgame.
Works out to be about a 5-yard penalty for Mount Vernon.
I'm going to say the hold is at the 42. Yep. So this will take it back to just past the 32-yard line, so it'll be about the 31.5. 3rd down for the Rams. 3rd and 11. 9:26 to play in the quarter. 7-6 Orphans on top. Rams need to make something happen. We'll see what happens. On the left will be Doug Gardner. To the right will be Jacoby Marshall. Quarterback Dylan Reeves will be under center. Near the right spot is Miller Gray. Is this going to be a fade route? It's going to be intended for Doug Gardner, and he will slip it about midfield. It'll be incomplete up the left side, and the Rams will have 4th and 11.
That pass there has got to go more toward the numbers. You got to use the numbers on the football field and throw it there, and then the receiver has to run more of a straight route that time. He kind of curled in the middle of the field. When you do that, that gives the advantage to the defensive back, and Mount Vernon's going to have to punt here on 4th down.
They'll send Shipley to about midfield. He is just inside the near hash. Rams left to right, the Orphans right to left here in the second quarter, as the quarterback Reeves is on to punt. 4th and 11 for the Rams. Reeves will get off a nice booming kick well past midfield. It'll take a nice softening bounce, about 35, roll to about, 28-yard line. So good punt there for Dillon.
Carmine over
40 yards.
SVWW 13-0 into 1. Benton and Murphy are tied at 7 late first. Heron over Harrisburg 13-zip into 1. Massac and Frankfort tied at 6 in the first. Pinckneyville, Carterville scoreless after 1. Chester over El Dorado 7-6 on the road. Fairfield over JC in the 1-15-6. Hamilton County looking to break a 21-game losing streak, leads El Dorado Trico 12-0 at the end of 1. Marion and Carbondale tied at 6 apiece at the end of 1 quarter.
Tony Will, glad to help your family with all of their insurance needs. Give us office a call. Find him on the web at TonyWill.com or look for the White State Farm Jeep around town. Broderick Green goes the option to pull it down. He'll slide to about the 34-yard line. Gain of 6 will make it 2nd and 4.
That was kind of scary. He went down awkwardly. The evening dew getting on that turf out there now. Slickly mowed, looks good. You get that dew out there on there, and he kind of went down awkwardly. Glad he's able to get up and be okay. The exuberance of youth.
2nd and a nickel here for Centralia. Ray Collins did a phenomenal job taking over, I believe, in 9-10 here at Orphans football. 8:30 to play in the first half. Green, empty backfield out of the shotgun, so looking quickly to the left. Going to have Alcorn coming. This one's going to be picked off by Doug Gardner, coming to the near side at the 30. 25, still at the speed at the 20. breaks the tackle. He'll finally be rolled down at about the 20, or make that the 17-yard line on the interception return by Doug Gardner. What a play by Doug.
That worked out well. Mount Vernon has the advantage now, taking over on field position. And we'll start this drive at the Orphans' 17-yard line.
That's Doug's first interception of the year. Believe it or not, that is the Rams' fourth. And now at prime field position, 8:18 to play in the first half, 7-6 your score. Rams trailing the Orphans by a point here. A missed PAT has been the difference.
First turnover of the game for either side could spell a lead for the Rams.
See what happens. Orphans had the football to start. Rams will have to start the second half. It is going to be a nice counter there to DeMontez Miller-Gray from the near hash up the middle, past the 15. Didn't get as much as he wanted to on it. Maybe to about the 12-yard line. We'll see what they give him. May have cut it in half to bring up second down. They're actually going to give 6, 2nd and 4, 8 minutes to play here in the opening first half. Pretty good spot there that time. Plenty to tell you about. Second Chance Auto Halftime Show will be coming your way. We'll have the Rams report as well as your MVTHS minute. It's all to come at the half, as this is going to be an inside handoff. Graham Hinkton doesn't get very far on that. That's atypical. Graham has 99 carries on the year, coming in for the night for 487 yards, good for 4.9 a carry.
He's over that now, so
it'll be 3rd and 4 on the no gainer for Graham Hinkton. 7:27 to play in the first half. 7-6 Orphans on top. We'll also have some scoring and stats coming up in your Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. We'll also have another scoreboard update, I'm sure, as this game moving rather quickly.
And we are, as in the game, are ahead of schedule.
Reeves feigns the inside handoff. It's going to come left side, looking to pass. They break for an outside run and get a first down. Looks like he's pulled down just past the first down markers. A gain of about 4.5. We'll see where they spot the football.
I think it's the first down the way he ran across the marker.
And it will be first down. Good call there, DC. 7-6 Orphans still on top. Rams looking to get their first lead of the night here from Evers Field. What a beautiful surface. We can't reiterate that enough. The Orphans have here, of course, amid the controversy before the season started with the condition of this facility. Obviously good enough to keep it going for another year. And you have to give them a lot of credit. In the face of adversity, Chuck Lane and staff, of course, at CHS stared it down. Got to reopen, and here we are tonight. Is this going to be C.J. Lloyd running a play, off tackle up the right? There's going to be a flag just outside the goal line. It'll be about the 1. We'll see what's happening here.
Probably going to be a hold.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of Rams Athletics here on WMIX, as well as the official voice of high school sports. If you're tired of big corporate banking, you have a choice in Jefferson County. Community First Bank is at home in Dixon and Woodlawn and Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC.
To the 12, which will move it back based on the line of scrimmage. That'll work out to be about a 5-yard penalty. Mount Vernon finding some tough luck on the hold. That's another 5 yards. 5 yards, third penalty of the night for the Rams for 15 yards. And think about the holding penalties. They haven't happened in places where Mount Vernon can really be hurt by the penalty.
See what they can do, as it will be first and 17. Ball will be on inside the near hash. We'll see what they're able to do here. It'll be DeMontez Miller-Gray looking to go to the outside left. Cuts back to the near side. He's inside the 5. Going to dive forward. Can he plunge inside the end zone? No, he can't. It'll be to about the 1.
About a 16-yard run that time for a first down, I reckon. And the penalty did not matter. He made that up. Got that back.
Hyphen can do that for you a time or two. He's going to get some awards and honors once the season's done. Speaking of which, if you're looking for an award to recognize an individual, team, or other accomplishment, check out Winning Edge's fashionable line of plaques, trophies, medallions, glass, and acrylics. Visit winningedgeusa.com. Second down for the Rams. This is going to be a roll-around play for C.J. Lloyd. Can he stretch it into the end zone? Nope. Maybe a gain of 1. It'll bring up third down.
First turnover of the evening leads to a Rams score. Ray Colling pacing away from the play, knowing he's probably going to be down here after Mount Vernon's possession, even though it's 3rd and 2.
5:30 to play in the first half. 7-6 Orphans on top. Rams are threatening here. Third down. Ball between the hashes. Reeves, the quarterback under center. Does he dial his own number? Nope. Miller-Gray is going to hand off, and he has a wide-open seam, but prepared to get quickly And a touchdown-saving tackle. I believe that's Ryan Shirley coming up out of nowhere. And the member of the Orphan defensive secondary comes up with a big tackle.
Ray
Fourth down.
had it all to himself, and he kind of went too wide. Probably should have cut it up and took the defensive back on. When he ran away from him, Shipley a little faster that time, tackled him down, and now it's 4th and 3, and a long 3 in this case. It says 2, but it's more like 3 across the way.
3 feels like 6 at this point. 4th down and goal for the Rams with 4:50 to play in the quarter. Reeves, the quarterback's going to push him right up the middle. Graham Hickens signals touchdown. Not good enough for where we sit now. The official says so, and the Rams will take a 12-7 lead on the 3-yard touchdown run by Dylan Reeves. 2D Reeves is here tonight.
Yeah.
Both have touchdowns. Dylan Reeves of the Orphans and Dorian Reeves, who had a big 4-yard touchdown earlier, I believe, for the Orphans. Their only score of the game thus far. 4:44 to play. Curious to see if the Rams try to even things out by going for 2, or they go for the PAT. This is what the Rams needed. Needed a big defensive stop and or a turnover, as they're going to go ahead and go for 2, try to level things out here, and try to make it a 14-7 lead. Reeves is under center here on the 2-point attempt. As Miller Gray is going to be stopped. They saw it coming, knowing that Montez primarily gets a stretch play to the left side. Sniff it out. That's going to be a 12-7.
Now Vernon's leaving points on the board, actually on the field, and that, to me, is going to be an issue. That just leaves Centralia open to get back into this one.
4:44 to play in the first half. It's a 12-7 ball game. So glad you could join us on WMIX, online at WMIXsports.com. What I need to tell you about, again, coming up in our Second Chance Auto halftime show, we'll have the Rams report. We'll check in with all the goings-on in Rams Athletics and Lady Rams Athletics. Congratulations to the Mount Vernon Rams cross-country team, the Vernon Rams behind David Boddard's South 7 Conference Championship performance, or conference champions again.
Clint Turner booked for the show tomorrow.
There you go. Get you some. Don't quite have the Lady Rams sectional results in the Rams report tonight. Unable to get them in before press time, so to speak. Using a term that is not fit the industry whatsoever. As will be Dorian Reeves back to return the kickoff. Rams on top 12-7, 4:44 to play in this first half. Rams do have the football to start the second half. We'll see if they can get a stop here on Centralia's high-octane offense. They were looking to go onside, try to surprise things here, and it does not happen. As that'll be picked up by the Orphans at about the 40 on the far hash, and that is where they will have first down yardage. Good hands there by number 23, Tyler Moss, Jr., 5'10", 165 pounds.
Well, the Orphans start at their own 40. They've started drives at their own 28. Rams 37 and own 25 tonight. Now, you see Carterville up on Pinckneyville on the second 7-zip. I'm hearing the same thing you are. I'm thinking week
2 looks pretty good.
Yeah, week 2 looks really good next year. Week 1's not looking bad either for the Rams.
First and 10 for the Rams out of the shotgun. It's the quarterback Green. Ooh, a nice pass completed to Ryan Shipley, and that was a great way to atone for a couple of drops earlier. Shipley is able to get right up the middle. Gets past the 45 down to about the 47 for a gain of 7. That'll bring up second and 3 for the Orphans. The clock will drop below the 4:30 mark. This is...
Yeah, there's that. Gee. Now, within this time zone,
two of those going on tonight.
No, we're not. There's announcers like us, and then there's legends in the time zone. Yeah, exactly.
Alcorn on the left, of course, for the Orphans. 2 left side. Green looking for the pass, and this one is going to be actually good defense by Jacoby Marshall. Went over the top. It's a clean play, and that'll be batted down incomplete. It'll bring up third down for the Orphans with 4:05 to go in the half.
Well, Mount Vernon's defense right now kind of asserting themselves as we wind down this first half.
So an injured Rams defense, of course. One of the quarterbacks, Braden Fitzgerald's out for a few months with an injury. And then you have Drew Hester out with a foot injury for the rest of the year. He was a critical outside linebacker. 4:05 to go in the half, 3rd and 3 for the Orphans. Ball on their own 47-yard line in between the hashes. Empty backfield, 5 wide here for the quarterback Green out of the shotgun. Looking for the quick pass, and that is going to be thrown behind the intended target, Trick Kessler. Falls incomplete. It'll be another 4th and 3, and this is where the Rams need to make a pay.
Pressure. Mount Vernon pressure bothering Centralia right now. That pass shouldn't have been thrown. He could have waited another second or two, and the receiver hadn't even turned around yet.
The receiver started on what looked to be kind of a slant. would have had plenty of real estate if just held on to a few moments, but the pressure the Rams are bringing, making that difficult.
Mount Centralia's got guys moving two at one time. That should have been a false start, and it is. You had three receivers on the right side all moving at the same time as the flag comes across the other way, and it'll be 5 on Centralia. They had three receivers all jockeying around over there, and it had to be movement. I think the Mount Vernon sideline called it, but it was movement.
We'll see if they wave off. They're going to wave off the flag from the far side, saying the Ravens got the timeout in time.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
Timeout presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
It looked like a covey of quail on the other side of that line over there, and the dog was coming, and they didn't know where to go. And the covey of quail started moving around, and Ray Colling called off the dog and called timeout.
The Shop Pharmacy, proud to sponsor the Rams yet again. Dr. Eric Black and staff support the local community. I wish the Rams the very best this season. 4:03 to go in the first half. It's 12-7 Rams on top. It'll be 4th and 3 for the Orphans. A bit of a break.
Well, now what you have is Centralia does not get the 5 yards. This is a huge difference. You go from 4th and 3. You could have been 4th and 8. 4th and 3, a lot more plays in the playbook to get 3 yards.
And here comes the Rams defense. Out of the timeout huddle. 4:03 to go in the first half. Rams will have the football to start the second half. And how sweet they would have it if they could somehow get a stop here, get a score, and get the ball back and start the third quarter. We'll see what happens. Empty backfield, quarterback deep out of the shotgun from the 47-yard. Oh, got him.
Huge fun. Nice field position trade, what this is. The Orphans feel as the ball trickles down to about the 12-yard line, the Orphans feel that they can play a field position game with Mount Vernon, that'll be harder for Mount Vernon to get up down the field. They're going to play field position with them right now.
I honestly did not see that coming. Admittedly, with 3:51 to play in the second quarter, the Rams will have the 1st and 10.
That's why you do the push punt. Yeah, catch people off guard. The quarterback stands back there in the background.
Speaking of off guard, no video tonight. We're sorry if you're tuned in on WMIXSports.com wondering where the visual may be. We hope we're doing a good job of making it as accurate as possible in your mind's eye. But that video is brought to you by Red Lake College, where they offer over 100 degree and certificate programs for thousands less. See which is right for you with full descriptions online at rlc.edu. Believe it or not, you can apply online while you're there. It's pretty good stuff, pretty nifty, as it's going to be a handoff. We're going to go left side. Not much going to happen here. Wall of Orphans came in and had something to say about it. It'll be second down with 3:43 to go in the half.
Like I said, if Centralia is going to play a field position game, if they can get Mount Vernon stopped here, plenty of time to march down the field. They feel the kicking game for Mount Vernon, not a strong point. They can trade the field position game.
Second and 10 for the Rams. The ball on their own 13-yard line on a great push punt by the Orphans a moment ago. 3:23 left to go as the clock continues to roll. Second quarter action from Evers Field here. Not quite downtown Centralia. Quarterback Reeves will be under center, split left and split right. Spread out a bit with the inside handoff coming to, I thought it was Hinkton.
Yeah, very, very conservative play calls here, trying to milk that clock. I know that. We know that guy.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, he's our friend.
All over the place.
Yeah. But now, what you've done is Mount Vernon's going to run this time down, 3rd and 9. You're in the first two times. Would probably expect the same thing here. And at that point, will Centralia burn their last time out to stop the clock for field position?
We'll see what happens. Centralia's burned 2. The Rams haven't burned any. 2:39 to play in the first half. And this is going to be the Reeves keeping it on the option, looking to roll out the left side. Does he lose the football?
No. Lost it, but it went out of bounds.
Gets first down yardage, and Dylan Reeves saves the series of downs here with 2:31 to go in the half.
That's crushing. You see Ray Colling walking away down there. He had Mount Vernon dead to rights on 3rd and 9, and Reeves gets through on an option. And when you have an option play go 10 yards, that's a defense that's pretty spongy with a lot of holes in it like a sieve, and that's what Mount Vernon was able to get there. And now gets a little bit out of the shadow of their own goalpost, march the ball down the field.
Reeves, the quarterback under center, split left and right. Is going to be Miller Gray in motion, trying to break outside, able to slip through a couple of tackles, makes a nice spin move, plunges forward, past the 35, near the far sideline to about the 36. Yeah. Near first down yardage, but not quite.
See the foiled plans, best laid plans of mice and men. Right now for Centralia, they had that opportunity, but they had a standoff. Joe Kelly versus Mr. Van Slyke from the Dodgers tonight. They had to tell both players to get in the dugout.
Was it a dance-off or a standoff?
It was a standoff.
Eek. Yeah, Reeves looking to pass, looking quick to the left side. That's going to be complete for a first down. Looks like Doug Gardner at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 4, and the Rams will force the chains moving.
First pass completion of the game for Mount Vernon as they keep it going. trying to figure out because Vance Like's not played the series and Joe Kelly barely pitched. So 2 guys that need to just go in the dugout and sit down. There you go. Marion is all over Carbondale, 18-6 in the second.
Very nice fade route coming up the left side. It'll fall incomplete with 1:41 to go. Here in the first half, we'll bring up second and 10. The Rams will be on the 40. That's a quick play for the Rams.
Well, quick play. When you can out-throw Mr. Gardner, you've done something. That was a heave-ho there. Good night. He tossed that one. There's not a lot of people in this building that could out-toss him running down the field. Killen Reeves did it.
It'll be Jacoby Marshall split to the right side. Gardner back to the left. Same personnel running back for the Rams with Bill Gray in motion. Inside handoff is going to go to Graham Hickton. No. Gets to about the 45. And now the Rams call timeout.
The beauty of this, Mount Vernon called timeout. That's shocking after you run the football, don't stop it. But with a 1:33 to go, you run this out. You don't turn it over to Centralia. Then if Mount Vernon gets the ball to start second half with a lead, that's another option of playing into here at this point.
This timeout's presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Mount Vernon, 2339 Broadway. Dr. Eric Black and staff to support the local community, as well as the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Quentin Lloyd back at our Mount Vernon studio. Across the way is Jeff Crow, the official film provider for Rams football. Rams basketball, Lady Rams basketball are there. Audio only tonight on WMIXSports.com. All the action is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts. Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking, member FDIC. Don't forget that new one account. Just ask for one, featuring free checking and high-yield interest. 3rd and 6. They handed out cowbells before the game started here on the homecoming night from Evers Field.
They threw them out.
Yeah, they did.
Had a nice. There was some throwing going on, some heaves, which concerned
some.
me. Yeah, well, when you've been in a ball game and hit the head by something, it's not fun.
Nope. Of course, I'm the type of moron doesn't realize it's coming until it's too late. It'll be DeMontet Gray on the run to the left side. Looks like he has some running room up the sideline. Good job of stepping out of bounds. 1:29 to go. First down yardage.
He turned the corner quick. Was unable to. I wish he would have been able to turn it upfield a little bit because he had an opportunity to really gain some big yardage up that sideline, but stopped the clock.
7-yard gain for Miller Gray. The hyphen with 1:29 to go. Rams up 12-7 over the Orphans here on a great Friday night in October. Hard to believe that next week is week 9. The Rams have Mount Carmel. Centralia will host Mascoutah. Wonder how much longer that series is going to continue in week 9. Under center, the quarterback Reeves. In motion, Lloyd. It's going to be a sweep coming up to the near side. Can he get past midfield? Does. Almost had a seam. May change his footing. Gets back past the 45 to the far hash. Near hash, rather. I'm fine.
You know what you can see there? You can see the Orphan tackler come up, Chris, get the initial stop, and he was trying to strip the football, got his hands on it, and left the runner to go on down the field. Didn't stop him, and because he didn't have the football, he stopped running, and then, of course, the defender stopped, and Mount Vernon got 8.
Quarterback is looking for the left side. Fade route along the left. Gardner will come back and get it to 20. On his feet at the 15, racing for the end zone. Touchdown! And Doug Gardner has a 43-yard touchdown reception. And the Rams lead 18-7.
There you go.
Wow.
Got up to the line of scrimmage, went quick, and that was a nice play.
How great is Doug Gardner's footwork? But his hands are even better. Amazing stuff. You'll find some information on that on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports. Coming up with your second chance auto halftime show, a little thing called the MVTHS Minute. How did the Mount Vernon horse judging team do at state? We'll find out. We'll have that for you. We'll also talk about everything that happened at Rams and Lady Rams Athletics this week. It's the Rams lead 18-7. Going to go for 2. Trying to look for Gardner again. Overthrown that time, a little high. A few more inches, maybe about 6-7. As the Rams were pressured. So 54.4 seconds left to go. And the Rams have an 18-7 lead. They will have the ball back to start the second half. Now if you get a big defensive stop here, because the Orphans can strike quickly with the right connection of quarterback to receiver.
10 plays, 82 yards. In, I got to see it here, 10 plays, 82 yards in about 3 minutes.
Doug Gardner excelled for Jared Shaner last year, did a great job on Scott Gamber's JV basketball team. Hard to play basketball right around the corner. Hoping that we'll have the problem of the Mount Vernon Rams football and basketball playing on the same weekend, but because the season was pushed back, no, that would be the same weekend. Always wanted to have the issue of trying to figure out how to get Rams football and Rams basketball in the air on the same day. Love to see that happen. Jared Shaner's Rams are 4-3 on the year, 2-2 in the South 7 Conference. Hoping to atone for a couple of losses in the conference by getting a big homecoming win here tonight against the Orphans, trying to spoil the Orphan homecoming.
Sure I got everything documented correctly.
There you go. Looks like I did. I believe that's Dorian Reeves back to return far side. This kick is going to beat the Orphans back, and that's going to take them all the way back to about the 4 where Reeves will pick it up. Good kick by Reeves. Not that Reeves, not the runner. Dylan Reeves, the quarterback, as they're going to try to bring him down just past the 10 on the far hash, and that was a great job by the Rams special teams. Unbelievable.
I would say at this point it's probably Centralia's best bet to down the football and take it into the halftime.
With 48 seconds left in the first half, the Rams on top 18-7. Orphans will have it first and 10 from their own 15-yard line with 48 seconds left to go in the first half. We've told you before, Rams football is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. With 48 seconds left in the first half, Rams on top 18-7. The Orphans are going to be content with killing the clock and taking this one into the locker room. So we'll take a couple of knees.
Mount Vernon will be content. They're going to be like, fine.
They're going to be like, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside WMIX and WMIXSports.com. Don't forget that extended Second Chance Auto halftime show coming up after the break. We'll have your Rams report coming up. We'll have a bevy of scores. What else we got? Got the Rams report. We got the MVTHS minute. FFA gets some love today, of course, the state horse judging team that went to Black Hockey, near Kiwanee recently. We'll talk about all that coming up in your Second Chance Auto halftime show. We've reached halftime. The Mount Vernon Rams 18, the Centralia Orphans 7. We'll take a break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Attention all Medicare Part D pharmacy patients. The annual enrollment period begins October 15th and ends December 7th. And the Medicine Shop Pharmacy is ready to help you. Stop by or call to make an appointment with Eric Black or Tracy Adams. They'll review your current prescription plan and help you manage your Medicare dollars. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
What we offer to our patients is to sit down with them and answer questions that they may have about their medications, really with the end goal of being to maximize their dollars, because that's, after all, what patients really want. We'll take appointments, we'll sit down with them, take as long as it takes to help them choose a plan that is effective at meeting their needs.
Remember, the good folks at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy are never too busy to take care of you. They look forward to understanding your healthcare needs and will focus on keeping you well. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
To call to make an appointment, call 618-242-8776.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. Harvest time is approaching and hunters are in their stands. What does this mean for you? Deer are running more frequently now. I hope we don't have to meet in the near future because of these creatures, but in the unfortunate chance you do find Mother Nature dancing onto your hood, you can be confident that Landers will be here to tend to you and your ride. And, as our specialty and main focus is collision repair alone, no one is more qualified to restore your vehicle back to its previous condition or better, and in the process, helping to retain its resale value. Every day we continue to set the standards for quality collision repair. Give us a chance to show you what we can do for you. Collision repair is what we know. We should be good at it. Again, this is Chase with Landers Collision Centers, where we offer only the best in collision repair. Come meet the staff, take a tour of our facilities, and get to know the crew at Landers Collision Centers. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Just give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Bring the family for a fun-filled day of cars at the Rinley College Car Show on Saturday. Trophies will be awarded for several categories. Dash plaques are available for the first 125 entries. Registration is just $10. In addition to the show, there will be door prizes as well as a swap meet, flea market, children's area, live entertainment, and more. Festivities begin at 9 a.m. with judging at 11, pictures with cars at 1, and trophy presentations at 2. See you Saturday at the Rinley College Car Show on the RLC campus in Ina.
The tradition of fine vehicles and great service continues at Second Chance Auto. They've been providing quality cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs for families like yours for over 33 years, and many are priced under $10,000. Plus, most have a 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Bank rate financing available with instant approval. No gimmicks, no pressure, just honest deals on great vehicles from your friends and neighbors at Second Chance Auto, living and contributing back to the community they serve. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon, call 244-4582.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Second Chance Auto halftime show starts now.
And we welcome you back to Evers Field here at the half. The Mount Vernon Rams lead the Centralia Orphans to the tune of 18-7. Glad to have you with us. It's homecoming night from Evers Field. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Jeff Crow with us across the way, and a kid who is wearing his lucky socks tonight, hoping to power a Rams victory. Quentin Lloyd back to the Mount Vernon studio. Second Chance Auto, of course, is your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced under $10,000. And great financing for all. That's at Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Second Chance Auto, continued proud supporters of the Mount Vernon Rams. Of course, we'll have your MVTHS minute coming. We'll also check in with the Rams report, see how all Rams athletics did this week. Believe it or not, the JV football team is done. We'll talk about all of that coming up here in just a moment on your Rams report. It's all up ahead here on WMIX Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. We'll get you a Cardinals update as well. It's going on right now on WMIX FM. It is all to come. We'll take that break. This is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
More Americans are on the move today than ever before. One of the most popular modes of transportation is the motorcycle. Motorcycles take us to our jobs, school, to the beach, and all around the country. If you're a bike rider, your Pekin Insurance Agency, Page Insurance on Crownview in Mount Vernon, wants to make sure you have the best insurance protection while you're riding. Ask about the money-saving auto cycle discount and the experienced driver discount, too. Call Page Insurance at 242-7000 today about motorcycle insurance from Pekin Insurance.
Has Ford certified sales and service technicians? Schmidt Ford of Salem. Who has a huge selection of new and pre-owned inventory? Schmidt Ford of Salem. Who gives top dollar for your trade-in? Schmidt Ford of Salem. Where should you buy your next vehicle? Schmidt Ford of Salem. Come join our growing family. Shop online at schmidtfordofsalem.com or give us a call at 618-548-1711.
Find us on Facebook. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
Welcome back to the Second Chance Auto halftime show with the Rams Report. I'm Tyler Barker for WMIX Sports. Lady Rams tennis finished 4th in the South 7 Conference on Monday. The Running Rams are South 7 champs. David Moddert won the South 7 cross-country race, while Jordan Wildman finished 4th, Daniel Flood in 5th, and freshman Hagen Schneider in 8th. Giving the Rams 4 in the top 10. Full results can be found at WMIXsports.com. Lady Rams finished 3rd in the meet held at Carbondale. Cross country heads to the Highland Regional next Saturday. Rams soccer wrapped up regular season play with a scoreless tie against Mater Dei and a 6-0 loss to Marion this week. The Rams are back in action against those same Marion Wildcats in the Carbondale Regional on Tuesday night at 7. The JV Rams football team finished with a 3-4 record after a loss to Cahokia. The JV game versus Centralia has been canceled, ending the Rams season. Freshman football won an offensive battle over Centralia, 64-44. Now they travel to always tough Highland to play the Bulldogs and finish their season. The freshmen are currently 4-4. That's your Rams report for this week, and this is Rams football powered by Community First Bank.
Hi, this is Joe David Cummins, President of Community First Bank. Now is a great time to move your account to Community First Bank. With our new One account offering the highest interest rate in the market, free checking, and CD specials delivered by people you know and trust, why would you not bank with the market leader in Jefferson County? We offer 5 locations with 7 ATMs and have been serving the Jefferson County market since 1906. Stop in and see why our bank is the fastest growing bank in Jefferson County. Community First Bank. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC.
This is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. Imagine this. You're driving down the road. It's dark as can be outside. Thank goodness you just had that left headlight bulb replaced. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see a thing. Now, close your eyes. Okay, don't close your eyes. You're supposed to be driving. Imagine noticing a slight twinkle off to the left, just above the ditch. What is that, you think to yourself? All of a sudden, whap! You've just encountered your first deer hit. The left side of your vehicle is beat up pretty bad. The next thing I want you to imagine is very simple. Picking up your phone and dialing 1-888-LANDERS to set up your repair. Deer claims are common, and usually a very simple process, which fall under comprehensive coverage. This is Chase Landers asking you to allow Landers to be your collision repair shop of choice. Whether it be a deer hit, fender bender, or the regular, uh-oh, sorry mom, Landers is here for you whenever you need us. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. 1-888-LANDERS, that's 1-888-LANDERS.
Broadcasting live from the WMIX mobile studios, driven by King City Chrysler. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
And we welcome you back on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. This is your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside as we'll get you some scoring at the half. First down, Mount Vernon with 12, Centralia with 5. The Orphans, all 5 came in the first quarter. Turnovers, Centralia 1. That was costly. That gave Mount Vernon the initial lead 12-7. Penalties, Mount Vernon with 3 for 15 yards. Centralia did not have a penalty in the first half. And all Mount Vernon rushing the football, 148 yards total compared to 13 for Centralia. Passing department, the Rams have 48-43 on that touchdown for the 18th point of the half. Centralia has 89. So your total yards at the half, Mount Vernon 196, Centralia 102. To give you a halftime score of Mount Vernon 18, Centralia 7. And some surprises to start. Centralia came out gung-ho, of course, almost perfection from the quarterback position. Of course, the wide receivers were amped up, ready to go on homecoming night. You kind of wonder now if the Rams will have the football to start the second half. Got that second score in to close out the second quarter. If maybe some went out of the sails. Well, and I think, as we mentioned, Centralia had Mount Vernon pinned at their own 12. And I think Ray Calling thought if he could stop Mount Vernon there, force the Rams to punt from deep in their own end, he was going to win a field position battle and march the other way. Mount Vernon was able to march it down the field and eventually ended up scoring, going to go 78 yards or 88 yards. Now, you're looking at, you're down 2 scores if you're Ray Calling. I mean, you can get back in 2 sixes, get you the lead. But right now, Mount Vernon in driver's seat with the ball to start the second half. Well, driver's seat indeed, and of course, got those 2 late scores. Actually, they're on an 18-0 run. The Orphans start out with the first score of the ballgame on their opening drive. Took about 4 minutes and 58 seconds off the clock to get that touchdown. And got the PAT, of course, off the foot of Nick Neubauer. But since then, it's been all Rams offensively. And after allowing some fourth down conversions for the Orphans to come up with some fourth down stops, even picked off the pass. Well, and that's the thing. The defense for Mount Vernon has really stepped up in this case. And for the Rams, it is one of those deals where if you can keep playing like you did in the first half and dominate like you did, don't let Centralia get those big plays, don't let the Orphans get off and running, you can make a difference in some big things in this game as far as having a chance to win on the road. Having a chance to win on the road is what the Rams have tonight. Looking for win number 5. They're 4-3 on the season. 2-2 overall in the South 7 Conference. We're going to take a break, get you caught up with the MVTHS Minute. What's going on in Mount Vernon High School? You'll find out after the break here on the Second Chance Auto halftime show. 18-7, Mount Vernon at the half. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports.
I'm meteorologist Dave Bowers. We'll look at your next rad weather. Mostly clear and chilly tonight, a low of 39 to 43. And then for tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy. A nice afternoon, high 66. Tomorrow night, turning cloudy, followed by a shower or 2, low about 41. Saturday, the clouds give way to sunshine once again, a high about 62. And pleasant on Sunday, times of clouds and sunshine with a high 66. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
At Banterra, we understand that banking is a relationship. It's a friendly face that knows your name, understands your needs, supports your goals. Banterra offers a complete range of personal and business banking products with competitive rates and loans that range from small projects to multi-million-dollar opportunities. We offer conveniences such as online banking, mobile banking, and direct deposit. For a strong community bank with exceptional customer service, Banterra is a smart choice for your banking needs. Banterra Bank, a proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Second Chance Auto Halftime Show. I'm Tyler Barker on WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Get honest deals and bank rate financing at Second Chance Auto. They're your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles under $10,000. Second Chance Auto, Route 142, Easton, Mount Vernon. Now here's a look at your MVTHS Minute. The MVTHS Future Farmers of America State Horse Evaluation Team recently placed 8th out of 63 schools in the Illinois FFA Horse Judging CDE in the non-reasons division overall at Blackhawk East College near Kewanee. Reed Dykeman took 3rd place out of 215 in the division. Other MVTHS horse judging team members were Carly Verheyen, Olivia Ashby, and Rebecca Whitlock. The annual fall concert will be featured on Tuesday, October 29th in the auditorium. Orchestra and choir ensembles will perform beginning at 7:30 p.m. Admission is free. That's this week's MVTHS Minute, where WMIX Sports explores the best in arts and academics at Mount Vernon High School. Stay tuned for next week's installment. We'll take a break. This is Rams football on WMIX.
Hi, this is Melody True with People's National Bank. Being locally owned, we know the importance of having a free checking account that you can depend on. The account only takes $100 to open, and there is no minimum balance requirement. People's National Bank offers big bank services with small hometown feel. Stop by any People's National Bank branch and ask about the benefits of the People's National Bank free checking account. People's National Bank, serving Southern Illinois since 1909. Member FDIC.
High school sports are back, and your source for scores is WMIXsports.com. Also, find archived local sports broadcasts, video highlights, national sports headlines, and more right at your fingertips. Listen and watch live WMIX sports broadcasts from your desktop or any mobile device. Need a score? Want to see a sick dunk? Miss a game? Didn't get up in time for the Saturday sports show? That's right, it's all at WMIXsports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting, WMIXsports.com. This is Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland.
And we welcome you back to Evers Field and your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside on WMIX, of course, WMIXsports.com. Audio only tonight. Video will be back on Thursday night when Lady Rams volleyball travels to Carbondale to take on the Terriers in South Summit Conference action. We're also back Friday night with video. 6:30 is your pregame with the Mount Vernon Rams. Welcome what will look to be the 8-0 Mount Carmel Golden Aces. We'll tell you more about that when we get you some scores in just a moment. In fact, it looks like they're ready. Why not?
Carmine half leads SVWW 28-0. Benton trails Murphy late second, 14-10. Heron going to win the Ohio Division outright, 26-0 over Harrisburg at the half at home. Late second, Frankfort over Massac, 13-6. AJ over Spartanburg, 15-0 on the road. Carterville on the road at Pinckneyville trying to win the Mississippi Division outright, up 21-7. DuQuoin at the half lead. Nashville at home, 14-10. Chester over El Dorado, 7-6 at the half. Fairfield over Johnson City at the half, 32-6. Hamilton County over Alvarado Trico, 12-0 at the half as the Foxes look to break that long losing streak. Carbondale trails Marion at the half, 18-12. Rochester led Lincoln early, 7-0. It was Highland over Mascoutah, 28-7 in the second. And Mount Carmel, Indiana over Mount Carmel, Illinois, over Boonville, Indiana, 41-0. That's what the half. Well, I'd like to admit it was, but oh my! I mean, you get used to that being over there, and you're like, whatever, you know. It's just
That's scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wills, State Farm Insurance agent in King City. You can find them online at TonyWills.com. Give them a call, or look for that white State Farm Jeep around town. Get you a better state with your State Farm agent, Tony Wills. We have about 5 minutes left here at halftime. Holgary night.
Triad has Waterloo now to have 17-14.
That's interesting.
Not that Mount Vernon needs any playoff points, but you figure Rochester's going to win. If Triad could hold on and Mount Carmel's going to win, you know, you keep building up points. It improves your standing with the IHSA as far as your standing in the playoffs next week. Of course, Mount Vernon's got to hold on here.
That's half the battle, of course, holding on for the second half. 18-7 right now. Rams on top at Evers Field in Centralia. Again, it's homecoming night. Of course, we have about 4 minutes left now. In the homecoming break, we'll have about a 3-minute warm-up. But, of course, you take a look at some of those scores, and I'm really not surprised by too many of them.
Well,
maybe
no.
Triad Waterloo.
We have flag people fighting.
Okay.
They're fighting with the flag. That's flag people. You know, the scores I'm looking at, Mount Carmel is going to be 8-0. We knew that going in. They were going to roll in after their first 7 weeks. They were going to have things going. Disaster about struck there, but save that for another 3 months. Marion over Carbondale on the road, that's going to be back and forth. You know, and then you look at the games we fought Carmel over SVWW, that was kind of figured. Benton then struggled with Murfreesboro. The Raiders have to win that, and then Carlisle's dominating in their game. So it's kind of like, well, what's Benton going to run into when you get down there at Carlisle next week? And then, of course, Heron, we expected that, a domination over Harrisburg. Frankfort-Massac, that's a key game. Frankfort's a key team for a lot of schools, you know, where Pinckneyville especially comes to mind because of the fact that Pinckneyville needs a point if they can't beat Carterville tonight. Carterville has struggled with Pinckneyville on the road, maybe overlooking the Panthers already. DuQuoin, Nashville, you know, Chester and El Dorado have 145 penalty yards total between the two schools as they take together. And Hamilton County looking to break that 21-game losing streak tonight, leading ET at the half. That would be a nice win for Coach Beitler and staff at Hamilton County to get that first one.
Well, I look at your Harrisburg Bulldogs, who probably going to end up 4-4, shut out of the half against Harris. Have a tough game with Carbondale next week, and you don't want to say it's the best of times, worst of times scenario down there in Harrisburg, because it's not. But you take a look at that situation there. Lost a lot of talent from a semifinalist team a year ago that went to Rochester, and just like everybody else, got spanked by the Rocket now. But you come back next week with the Carbondale Terriers on the road, and the Terriers, who right now, I believe you said, still trailing Marion, of course, at home. But you'll have the Terriers against that Bulldog team at home, and Carbondale right for the picking to get in with 5.
Wow, you figure that Carbondale at home should have the win. I mean, it's it's one of those deals where playing at home and against the Harrisburg team that's probably going to be ready to get the basketball out and head north on one of their games. We won't say where or who, but anyway, that's a game that Carbondale could definitely win, could definitely get things going, get things done, get in the playoffs at 5-4, and probably have to go play, SHG. That's how it usually goes with them. But very interesting game. Benton now trailing to have 14-10. That's a team that's been beat up all year off and on. And Murphy, if they win tonight, they got a DuQuoin team that's not a real DuQuoin team. They could get in the playoffs in Class 3A for the Red Devils.
And people, maybe not understanding the crucialness of some of these games. You take a look at that Benton team, who's 4-3 right now, and you mentioned Murphy needing to win tonight and next week, I believe, at 3-4. Unless I'm mistaken, I've been mistaken plenty of times before, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon. We have a Carlisle team that tonight, of course, looking to roll to 7-1, and out of what has been a little bit tougher Cahokia Conference this year. Western, I think, a little disappointed in their season thus far, but everybody else pretty well split right down the middle in terms of their record. So when you take a look at Carlisle-Benson next week, that's an intriguing matchup. It's sort of like the Rams with Mount Carmel coming in next week. You don't want to have to look for that Week 9 game.
Oh, you don't have to look for it because I'm telling you right now, if you've ever been to a game at Carlisle, at this time of year, it could be 80 degrees here. It's going to be 40 and chilly, and the wind's going to be coming across. You're going to have to play against the Indians, who are tough at home, and you're going to have to play a playoff team. Carlisle's in the playoffs, and you're going to have to go there and get a win that way. And right now, if you're Benton, you're not out of the first half in Jackson County. You're down 14-10, and now you got to come back from this one and then turn around and head back north and go to Carlisle.
Conversely, you look at the teams in the South 7 next week. Well, for Althoff, if they can somehow manage to get past Cahokia, here's what you have. You have the possibility for a major cluster at the top of the South 7 Conference, depending upon how the dominoes may fall. Possibility of 4 teams being 3-2 at the top of the South 7 when this night is over, and that would be Marion, but they're on top of Carbondale right now, Cahokia. But here's the situation with Cahokia. Cahokia really needs that win tonight to stay in the conference race and try to get to 4-1, with hopes that they could somehow get the conference representation in the postseason. Marion going to get in with enough playoff points and wins more than likely. But Cahokia has a chance that they can become the conference representative to get in with a 4-5 record if they're unable to get a win with Normal U-High coming in next.
Right, and again, it'll have to come down to a lot of talking and a lot of debate if that were to happen. But again, you got to let another half of football go with 3 different games, and then you can decide what's going to happen at that point. And it's a mess. I know in the River to River Conference, they have a situation where they do a bunch of different things. They have a point system based on scores and losses, and that really determines. And it's a really good system to have. It's worked out a couple of times over the years to determine the team that gets to go to the playoffs. I think it's a great system that all the conferences need to look at because you don't get rewarded for blowing out teams. You don't have to run up the score and run it in people's faces, but it's interesting. And South 7 is going to have a decision to make after tonight and probably have to go to the rule book and see what will happen or what will change.
Of course, next week in the conference, of course, you have Normandy out of St. Louis traveling to Marion. Normal U-High travels to Cahokia. The Rams will welcome the Mount Carmel Golden Aces. Althoff will single at Triad. The Bulldogs of Harrisburg, of course, travel to Carbondale, and Mascoutah will travel here to Centralia. So you have some guaranteed playoff points next week for Mascoutah, Centralia, and Althoff Triad. So you're guaranteed 2 there. You think the possibility of Carbondale getting a win versus Harrisburg would be 3.
Yeah.
No comment on Mount Carmel, Mount Vernon. Cahokia, Normal U-High is going to be tough for Cahokia, even at home.
Right.
Normandy, that's a favorable game for the Marion White.
That's favorable, even though Normandy gave them quite a game last year. So, I mean, here's the thing. Mount Vernon has to win. If you win this, you take care of it, you're going to get in. You're going to have 8,421 points, so you're not going to have to worry about it. And I kid when I say that, but you're going to have a lot of points, and you're going to have an opportunity to get in to 5A if things break right, hopefully, and then you're going to be a 5-4 team if you win or lose. You can be 6-3, 5-4. With those playoff points, it tells everybody your schedule is rather tough, and you get the right team or so on the setup, you can make a little run if you have to with a 5-4 or 6-3 record.
Amen to that. 18-7 is your score here at the half on your Second Chance Auto halftime show. Wrong person. Second Chance Auto, of course, is your home for the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location, plus bank rate financing for all. No fancy sales or gimmicks, just honest deals at Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Chris Hugo, DC, alongside Quentin Lloyd, back to the Mount Vernon studio. Jeff Crow across the way, providing film tonight for Jared Schreiner. Video blackout as he waves at us, picking us up loud and clear on AM 940. I wonder if it's colder on the north side of the field. Give us a thumbs down if it's colder.
Is it colder over there on the north side? Yes, he says. But he's higher up than we are, with little or no protection on that side.
And a nice little ladder you got to climb up to.
That ladder is beautiful. It looked great when I walked by it today. I don't know why anybody complained.
We'll find out.
That's just like he's used to being in the chair and the ladder as far as volleyball goes, so there's no difference. There's that. I don't understand why anybody complained about that ladder.
Of course, it'll be Ryan Shipley to kick off for the Orphans. Back to return will be to Montez Miller-Gray. Between the hashes, we get set with second half action. The Rams on top of Centralia 18-7. It's all powered by Community First Bank. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff trying to catch the Rams off guard. Here's an onside kick. Looks like the Rams may have it at 45.
I believe the Rams got to it before the Orphans did.
Welcome back to Personal Football. How about welcome back to Personal Banking at Community First Bank of the Heartland?
Well, you can really put the game away here.
Good field position.
If you get a touchdown, you can really put some pressure on the Orphans and maybe put this away.
The Rams will have it first and 10. Ball spotted inside the near hash. Right to left will go to Rams. Left to right will go to the Orphans. With 11:55 to go in the third quarter. 18-7, Mount Vernon on top. Split to the left side. Doug Gardner on the right. It'll be Jacoby Marshall. Backs in the second half, of course, will be C.J. Lloyd. To Montez Miller-Gray. Your fullback is Graham Hinkin. And trying to catch the Orphans snapping here. They're going to go with the QB keeper to about midfield. We'll see where they get forward progress. It'll be just outside the 50. For a gain of about 5, bring up second and 5. Good job by Clayton. Dylan Reese dialed up his own number.
Gosh, Clayton gets another mention.
I got to stop. I can't figure it out. I was talking with our man Crow across the way about combinations I would love to have seen. I kept getting kids mixed up. All kinds of brothers get mixed up. The Deatons. The Reeses. Unbelievable. 11:20 to play in the third quarter. Left side will be Gardner again. Right side, of course, will be Jacoby. Backs on the right side. Double time. Well, no, not double time. Genius. As Reeves looking for the quick pass. Between to Montez, and he's going to be off to the races between the hashes. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Well,
that's
hello. Yep, 50-yard touchdown for the Heisman through the air. And dang it, we'd have loved to have had a video highlight of that. 24-7.
It's over the middle. Linebackers and safeties weren't home. And Mount Vernon is pulling away.
All right, then. 11:04 to play, and the Rams took 51 seconds off the clock on that drive. See what they do here. 24-7. PAT pending here. Giddy up. Hello. Wow.
Cranton.
Left to split right. Oh, wow. The quarterback Reeves will be under center. They're going to go a seam here for C.J. Can he get in? It looks like he would stop short, try to dive forward, and it'll be no good. 24-7 as the Rams have now with 4 touchdowns left. The possibility of 4 to 8 points on the field.
That's the problem as you go along, and it looks like you're going to get in the playoffs, is the fact that you rattled off 4 straight touchdowns. You're going to have to, that's got to get fixed. You can't leave that many points on the field in this day and age. But that's one thing you got to fix. You can't complain because you're still winning.
So, opening drive of the second half is a 50-yard touchdown pass up the middle to Montez Miller-Gray, and he was gone as soon as he caught the football. Great job by the Heisman, one, to reel in the pass, make sure he had it before looking off into the sunset, and that's where he went.
Now, he had it. He was gone. That's for sure. It's just a matter of make the catch and then take off running.
The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by Ford Square, or if you're a Farm Bureau member, Looking to trade a 95 or newer vehicle, now's the time to deal at Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. See their selection of new and pre-owned vehicles online at FordSquare.com. 11:04 to go in the third quarter, 24-7, Mount Vernon on top. Rays on to kick off, it looks like. The Orphans will have a deep man at about 15. This is going to go further, and that's going to be picked up at about the 8. Right side, trying to cut near side. Going to go to the outside now at about the 22, where the Rams will sniff it out, unable to see the ball carrier. I thought it might have been Shipley. Getting reported on the FM side, there's some gamesmanship going on that the secret weapon has been told to stay in his box. There's been some complaints about where the secret weapon positions himself in the third base box. Last I was able to get from the FM side, it was scoreless. We'll see. 10:36 to go here unofficially in the third quarter. 24-7 is your score. It'll be first and 10 for the Orphans from their own 23-yard line. Still scoreless in the top of the third in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. Current talk to Ray Calling here. Yeah. About something. Clock. I thought maybe it was a clock issue. What it looked like. Nice scoreboard. Game clock was messed up. Well, they'll reset it. Playing at home. Can't have that problem. 10:48 to go in the third quarter. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. A hotly contested game at Chester and El Dorado in Saline County, I think they're boiling. The dinner has arrived for our radio brethren in Centralia, the boys from X95. Nice. 10:45 to play here as the clock is reset to 10:48. A play up the middle is not going to get much for the Orphans. Good stop there by the Rams, as it was Brian Shipley. Not getting much done are the Orphans on the ground right now. One-dimensional team and not getting it done on the ground where it counts. 10:25 to play here in the third quarter. The clock will run 24-7. The Orphans trailing here. They have the football between the hashes. Ball is on their own 24-yard line. Rams are going to back up a little bit. Empty backfield out of the shotgun. Here for the quarterback, Broderick Green. Look at the left side, looking to throw downfield, and this one, it's going to be complete. About midfield is where the play will cease. It will go to the opposing 49-yard line. Stopped by Jacoby Marshall. It was to Chase Alcorn. But that is going to be a gain of about 27.
Yeah, Mount Vernon left him open over the middle, went through a couple sets of hands in the white jerseys, and unfortunately goes for a first down. The Orphans get a big play, and of course Mount Vernon knows that Centralia has to pass to get back into it now. 3 scores.
Out of the shotgun for Green. Ball on the Ram 48-yard line. Clock will drop below 10 minutes. This is going to be a nice play for nothing as Tyler Knudsen will sniff it out. A fake on the motion play, and it's going to be maybe a loss of 2 for Broderick Green. It'll bring up, they're going to get forward progress for a gain of 1. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams. Just ask for the new one checking account. All you got to do is ask for one. High yield interest, totally free checking. Community First Bank of the Heartland. 24-7 the score. Rams up 17. The Orphans looking to strike habit at about 2nd and 10. Ball at the Mount Vernon 48. Green looking for a quick pass left side. This will be right through the fingertips. Looking near side, I think, for Kessler possibly. It'll be 3rd and 10. Worked out well. Worked out very well. Now Centralia's got to force. You got to go forward on these 2 plays. You don't get the first down here. 9:21 to go. The Orphans have the stop clock after the incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd and 10. Ball spotted inside the far hash. The Orphans go left or right in the third quarter. Good tiptoe there by the Rams on the end over there. 9:21 to go. Play clock is at 10. See what's going to happen. It'll be Reeves in motion. Quarterback looking downfield is Green. This is going to be a wounded duck, and just out of reach of Xavier Tyus. Good play break up there by Trip Kessler, who had to play the role of quarterback. He got back there, and he did a good job of trying to defend it. He went from offense to defense pretty quick. So this will bring up 4th and 10. 9:15 to go here in the third quarter. Let's see if the Rams can hit another 4th down stop here on the Orphans. I think you bring some speed here. There you go, Pooch again. Yep. Almost. Ryder almost blocked it. Yeah, he did.
Now you're in the run now. Yeah, if you're Mount Vernon, you and the clock become very good friends. You start grinding that football and rushing the ball, wearing down the Orphans in more ways than one.
That's exactly what you have to do if you're the Mount Vernon Rams here. We'll have Jared Shaner on the Saturday Sports Show tomorrow. Of course, 8:08 until 10 o'clock right here on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. We'll have quite a few people to talk to.
Yeah, I got a couple options tomorrow.
Clinton Turner will join us, South 7 Conference cross-country champion. We'll sub out WMIX sports correspondents tomorrow. Tag in, tag out. That's what they do. We have quite a few. There's a guy who will be joining us sooner and later to talk some basketball, Lee Bennett. As the Rams are not going to get much on this one on the play that was 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Clock will drop above the 9-minute mark. He's a busy guy.
He is pretty busy.
Of course, maybe one of these days we can get his. Actually, we did get his side of the story on that infamous long punt. We've gotten all 4.
Right.
You can find those archives on WMIXSports.com for the Saturday Sports Show. Getting serious again, 8:45 to play. 2nd and 12 for the Rams. The ball is on their own 15-yard line between the hashes. Reeves, the quarterback under center. Man in motion is going to be Miller Gray. Reeves going to keep it himself, roll to the outside near side. Who tried to make a move at the 20. If he'd have kept on rolling, would have had some yardage, but tried to fake out, make the play fancy. We didn't have to. And I'll make the 3rd down.
Should have cut it up and went inside. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, that's the whole. You see a lot of running backs try to think or they go to the outside, beat people, and it's best for him there to cut up all his block, go up the inside, and that's why they gained a couple instead of a bunch more going up the middle.
It'll be 3rd and 7. 8:08 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 24-7 ball game. The Rams are on top. Hope my boys get their pizza ordered. Interesting. See what the Rams do here. 3rd and 8. 7:53 to play. 3rd quarter action. 24-7 Rams on top, and we're going to have a whistle blown for a timeout. Timeout on the field with 7:48 to go in the quarter. This timeout is presented by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Dr. Eric Black and staff proud to support the local community, as well as the Mount Vernon Rams and Lady Rams. With Danny Czerwinski, I'm Chris Hugo.
What time do you think Chester left for their game today? Wednesday? Chester to El Dorado is not a short trip.
They go by land or by sea?
You have to go by land. There's no way to get to El Dorado. There's no sea water anywhere.
Technology was these days. That's a long difference.
Yeah, I mean, that's a long old drive by cheese buff.
I'll tell you another long drive just because of the scenery. Mount Carmel to Mount Vernon next week.
That's not bad. That's interstate.
Yeah.
Chester to El Dorado is 2-laner all the way across. You go from Chester through the back roads by Steelville Trico to DuQuoin. You cut across to Fenton. You cut across to El Dorado. That's a long drive on 2 lanes.
7:48 to play in the 3rd quarter here. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside Jeff Crow with us. Quentin Lloyd keeps us on the air on WMIX Mount Vernon. Bottom of the hour, 8:31, of course, in the Central Time Zone. Glad to have those of you with us online at WMIXSports.com. In motion, it'll be that Grider was. They're looking for C.J. Lloyd on the pass attempt. It'll bring up 4th down. It's incomplete out of his reach at about the 34.
Now the clock stops and you have to punt. That kind of favors Centralia a little bit. I would be shocked here if Centralia did not bring somebody to try to block the punt. You've got to take some chances here in this one. They elect not to, it looks like.
As Reeves, the quarterback, is backed upon. 7:45 to play in the 3rd quarter, up 17. It's 24-7. Low snap, going to be trouble. Reeves is going to have to try to get off the kick while running first. How did he do it? It's going to be bouncing about the 45. And now, as the rugby kick, as you just said, the Rams may have picked it up, and it's a 1st down for the Rams to 50.
Well,
the Orphans touched it.
We will see in the NFL, you can get a break by being blocked into the punt. And what Centralia did that time, Mount Vernon did that time, they pushed the Orphan defender into the ball. And in high school, it's not called, as the referees are still talking about there, and Mount Vernon needs to run a play real quick. The ball bounced up, the Ram player pushed the Orphan into the ball, clicked off him, 1st down Rams on the turnover.
So with 7:35 to play in the 3rd quarter, the Rams actually get a huge break on a play that was almost broken on the low snap. Quarterback Reeves is under center. 1st and 10. It'll be A counter to Montez Milagray trying to break up the middle, does so as he's past the 45 down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of about 11. It'll bring up 1st and 10 again for the Rams. The clock should continue after the chain move. 7:29 to go in the third.
Keep the clock moving, the chain going, get Mount Vernon up and down the field, run this clock out going.
We'll see what happens. Streaming online at WMIXsports.com, presented by Red Lake College. You can save you thousands on your college education. See how and apply online at RLC.edu. Quarterback reads under center, split to the right, split to the left. It's Marshall and Gardner. It's going to be an inside handoff to Graham Hickett. The fullback's going to get about 2, maybe 3 on the play to bring up 2nd down. As the clock continues to move, that's exactly what the Rams want.
We are trying to get a foul call Koki score, but that one's not being fouled.
It's eluded us thus far, which is rare. Marshall split right. Wonder what the plan will be here. Split to the left, it'll be Doug Gardner. Same back to the set for the Rams. Again on the inside handoff. Took the quarterback with them, and that's going to be up the far hash to about the 35-yard line. Gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and about 5. See if the Rams can break off a run here. Clock reaches the 6:30 mark of this third quarter. Rams on top 24-7. Cards lead 1-0 on a Beltran RBI single.
Horseshoe is glowing.
Orphans fans, and this is a nice Orphan crowd here tonight, a testament to what Ray Calling has done with the program. Inside handoff again. This time looks like it's the fullback again. Does he get first down yardage? He does not.
A little short. Slid the first down, but landed well before that.
So it'll be 4th and short as it's on the 30. 4th and maybe a short one here for the Rams. 5:55 to play in the third quarter, 24-7 your score. Your community, your choice, your bank. With 5 locations and friends and neighbors on staff who understand your needs, Community First Bank keeps it simple. Welcome back to Personal Bank. Remember FDIC. They're going to stack the box, thinking the quarterback keeper's running. Coming there, rather. 4th and short. 5:37 to go. Play clock at the 10 here in the third quarter. Rams on top by 17 over the Centralia Orphans.
Mount Vernon taking time. It's down under 3 in the game clock.
And this is going to be a stretch play over to the near side. Milagray is going to bring past the 30, 20, 15, 10. Going to make a nice cut move for the touchdown. On a 4th and 1, it's 30 yards to speed to Montez. Milagray gets 6, and it's going to be 30-7. We call him the hyphen. And he went on a nice little dash. See if the Rams can maybe get a point after here. They're over thus far.
I think you can pretty well book Mount Vernon for the playoffs. Believe it is going to be official.
So they're going to go for the PAT. The Rams are 8 of 16 when going for just the solo point. Ooh, they missed it. Mr. Grider, who's done a great job defensively this season. Let's see the snap. Kicks up. Kick is wide.
Okay. That just don't work. Mount Vernon can score if they can't score extra points or conversion.
Finally starting to get a visual of the moon over our right shoulder.
Yeah, clouds are too thick.
Blocked partially by that light standard, if you will. 5:20 to go in the third quarter, 30-7.
Hamilton County all over El Dorado Trico.
The Rams have made a game of it here. Got some breaks along the way, and sometimes you need those. How about that Salem Chucktown score?
Makes it look good for the Rams next year in week 1 and 2, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. 5:20 to play here in the third. If the Rams hang on, we're simulcasting the rest of the way. No World Series game if the Cardinals were to get there next Friday night. And the World Series would thus be over before the playoffs would start. So there you go. Got to hang on. Dylan Reeves, the quarterback, will kick off. End over end to about the 9-yard line. The Orphans will pick it up there, and here comes Mr. Reeves. So Reeves kicks off to Reeves, and that'll be short of the 30 at about the 28-yard line. So that's going to be a 19-yard kick return for number 3, Dorian Reeves. With 5:12 remaining in the third quarter, it's 30-7. The Rams on top. And what a game thus far. Rams allowed the early touchdown as the Orphans took 5 minutes off the clock in the first quarter on the opening drive. It's been all Mount Vernon ever since. Schedule your service appointments online at FordSquare.com. We're in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Foursquare. Empty backfield for the quarterback. Green out of the shotgun. 3 to the right. Looking to the right side. Hold of a pass. It's complete. No, incomplete to Shipley. He was wanting to run before he caught it. We both thought he had it before he did. Me and him, not necessarily you and I. So it'll be 2nd and 10 as the pass falls incomplete. 5:07 remains in this third quarter. Rams were able to get 2 scores, actually 3 in the first half, but got 2 inside the latter portions of the second quarter. Got the football back in the second half. It's been all Mount Vernon ever since. Green out of the shotgun, 2nd and 10 from the Orphan 28-yard line. Looking to the right side again, sort of tipping himself. And Reed will take him up the middle left. Almost stayed on his feet, but brought down at about the 35-yard line. So it'll be a gain of about 7. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Orphans. Or, excuse me, 3rd 3 for the Orphans. With 4:49 to go in the third quarter. Clock will start again. 4:36 to play. Play clock is at 20. Broderick Green, the quarterback out of the shotgun. Empty backfield. Looking for a quick pass complete to Reeves. Had first down yardage. Now he's going to have to break for it. He's dived shy of the 40 to about the 39. It's a gain of 3. He had it at one time. Forward progress would have given him a first down. We'll see where the spot of the ball takes him. They signal first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Orphans. That is the second first down in the third quarter. They did not have one in the second quarter. That was a nice pass from Broderick Green to Dorian Reeves. A young Orphan team lost a lot of talent from last year's undefeated regular season South 7 Conference champ team. Option read now coming from the quarterback Green. Stepped out by the Rams. Tyler Knudsen will finish with the tackle, but there's an assist there from Jacob Williams. Yeah, and Mount Vernon right now stuffing most of the Centralia runs they have all evening long. 3:46 to go in the third quarter. Mount Vernon 30, Centralia 7. 2nd and 9 for the Orphans. The ball's on their own 40-yard line. Between the hashes. Okay. As the quarterback out of the shotgun, Reeves in motion out of the slot. It's going to be a carry for Reeves. And, sniffed it. Was able to break a tackle, trying to get to the outside. Marshall made initial contact. I thought he saw Andrew Heiner as well as Xavier Tyson on the action there on the far side. And that'll make it 3rd and 9 now for the Orphans with 10 to play in the third. Marion up 25-12. And Massac and Frankfurt are tied at 13 as Frankfurt trying to get a win. That game's been odd. I've got scores tonight going all over the place. Some people can't read numbers. 30-7 your score. Quarterback out of the shotgun. Rams on top. It's Centralia with the football. It's Green. Looking to the right side. Now he's going to have to run for his 5. And that could be a sack, and they bring him down. He's going to need some help. No, he won't. That was a good sack inside the pocket at about the 31-yard line. I thought that was Brighton Bowers with the sack for the Rams, and that'll bring up 4th and long. There's not much running at all. Centralia getting dangerously close to negative yardage on the ground so far. Well, their running game has been almost kaput since the injury to Matisse Scott in Week 5 action against the Alsop Crusaders. Of course, the Crusaders suffered an injury to Luke Frazier, who was able to burn the Rams for some yardage there in Week 4. Not a fun game for those teams. On 4th and 18, Rams almost got a hand on it, as this is going to take a Centralia bounce past 35. Now Rams bounce back to the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the orange and black here wearing white. 2:02 to play in the third quarter, 30-7 your score, and we'll see if the Rams offense can keep it going. Always bank on your hometown team. Community First Bank, home with a one account featuring free checking and high yield interest.